Hello, hello. Okay, so we are back playing 9 R.I.P. We are currently being pursued by a stalker of a dead ghost. We're gonna see what happens. I don't know if I'm gonna get onto the route today. My goal is to get to a route, but I only have about 2 hours to play right now. So I'm gonna do my very, 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 very best, and we're gonna do as much as I can. And then I do have another game I'm going to be playing next week. I'm going to post a schedule on Discord for that because next week's going to be a little trickier because there's a bunch of stuff happening at work, but on top of that, there's also a bunch of stuff happening in real life because we are going to Halloween parties because we are who we are. Also haunted houses. All right. Oh wait, that is not. It's not where I saved last. I thought that was it. I was clicking on this. Weird. Okay. Hopefully everything's still good. I restarted my computer just so it would have a chance. In the midst of my panic, my thoughts turned to Rika. Finally, I could see Rika again. Oh, this is Koyo's point of view. Okay, I'm like, why? After searching for so long, what I had been looking for all this time was now in sight. I couldn't help but feel excited. I gripped Leah's hand tighter. I'll protect you. What is it? Don't worry about it. Not only for myself, but for the people I cared about. I missed what you just said. Something about schedule. Oh, I'm gonna have a schedule posted on Discord once I look at my full schedule for the week because this week's gonna be weird coming up. And I have another game I'm gonna play was sent to me, so I have a few different things that's gonna be happening. So there will be a schedule just because it's gonna be a little funky. And then Variable Barricade, I might not actually play it again until like next week. So not the upcoming week, but the week after because today is Friday, so my brain's already a week ahead. But it's gonna be exciting. I am so excited. I also might have some other things coming, but I'm waiting to hear back. So I'm really excited. There's some really cool stuff possibly happening too. I had to destroy her. Destroy her. Can we destroy Ghost? But also, hi Asia. How are you? How are you doing? We're changing to Pro Tag. I also forgot to take a photo of my setup, but I'm gonna keep changing this as it changes. The pictures will go to whatever side's not them. Actually, I think I can pick this up now. I feel confident. So I'm putting together whoever I'm gonna be pursuing on my cardboard. So this is actually meant to go on this side over his face, but I want you to see him. So I put him on. He's covering my boyfriend right now. Both sides swap out. I might actually have to take a tiny, tiny, tiny blade to this as well because the corners are a little crispy right now. And I'm scared they're gonna bend my postcards. Whee! As Koyo expected, we found Sena in the park. Oh, are you friends with Koyo? Yes. Seeing Sena stare at us with a bewildered look on his face, Koyo let out a sigh of relief.
Koyo? どうしちゃったの?
I finished the last Winter Night demo and the 3 nights, and I finished 3 nights, and I finished the Mirage Noir 2 days ago. For the Winter's Night, how long was it? Because I might do a tiny stream tomorrow based on my schedule, but it would literally just be a couple hours at most if I stream tomorrow. So I'm trying to see what I could do. I'm basically trying to squeeze as much in as I can around what I'm doing. Around 2 hours. Okay. For you to finish it, because if it took you 2 hours, it'd probably take me 3. So maybe not that one. I'm just looking for something tiny that I can play tomorrow because I'm like, I want to play. I feel like I'm behind. I haven't been playing games. Work's been killing me. Koyo, what's going on? Well,
あれ危険人物だ
Mirage
から
Nor
近づ
is
かな
a
いで
3 to 4 hour demo. Okay. That's a long demo. Jeez. That's nice. I like long demos. At least lets you feel like you're there. I think the longer a visual novel demo can be, the more enticing it can become. But also sometimes it's like, just give me the rest of the game now. And it's like, you'll get it in 2 years. You met a girl named Rika, yeah? Listen, that girl's dangerous. Stay away from her.
だって紅葉の恋人だってそうレイカちゃんから聞いていたのに
Koyo, why would you say that? She's your girlfriend, right?
それ全部嘘あいつは俺のストーカーだから
It's official. That's a lie. Every word of it. That girl's been stalking me. I knew that. Call it the lurking sound bit. A stalker from when he was alive? I knew that even everything Rika said up to that point might be a lie, but Rika had said she loved Koyo before she died. It took me 8 hours because I'd go back and do some choices to hang out with the love interest. I appreciate that. But that means you like it. Like, if you want to linger, that means you're enjoying the story. When I heard that, I wondered if she might have killed herself to follow him in death. The more I thought about it, the more that seemed to make sense. As these thoughts ran through my mind, Koyo turned to me with a look of concern.
セナに襲いかかるってのはあんまり心配してないけど
I'm not that worried about you getting attacked, Sena, but
彼女が紅葉と仲良しなら狙われるのはそうなるよね
ooh, his voice. Seeing as you two are so close, it makes sense Rika would go after her. All eyes were on me. All eyes were on me in the middle of the dance floor. You think I'm in the most danger?
セナはなよなよしてはいるけど男だからなんとかなる
Scrawny as he may be, Sena can handle himself. You, on the other hand,
なよなよってひどい
skinny,
な
tiny,
これでも
trash.
筋トレしてきてるんだから体作りはバッチリだよ
Don't call me scrawny. I've been working out. I've got a great body.
俺がレイカと決着つけるからそれまでは一人で行動しないで
I'm gonna settle things with Rika. Until then, don't do anything on your own.
俺が常にあんたのそばにいるから絶対に離れないで
I'll be right beside you, so don't leave my side. Got it? Are you sure? I really don't want to cause any trouble.
付き合わせてるのは俺の方
I'm the one that caused you trouble.
巻き込んでごめんあんたのことは俺が守るから
I'm sorry for getting you wrapped up in this, but I promise I'll protect you. He spoke to me with a very serious gaze. I was both grateful and happy. Thank you, that's very reassuring. A smile crept upon my face as I saw Koyo chuckle slightly.
はあ
I
今の
like-
紅葉すっごくかっこよかった
I really like Mirage Nor. I mean, did they say how long before the full game comes out? Let's see. Like, it looks so cute. I missed your other one. You'll like Mirage Door. It's inspired by Ace Attorney and Busta Fellows. Thank you for calling me out on that. My brain does that sometimes. Oh, I just searched it. The art's so cute on this. And she's adorable. Uni is adorable. It says 3 to 5 hours. It would probably take me at least 5 hours. I'll probably download this one because it is cute. I don't know when I'll work it into my scheduling streaming. Does it have a ETA or anything? Is this one comes out in 2026? See, that's what I mean. See, you play a demo and then they're like, you'll get it in 2 years. It's so cute though. The Kickstarter is coming out in a couple days. Oh, nice. Does this have a link to their... I'll just save. I have the page open for it, so... I might play it on that day then, just in case. On Sunday... So I'm going to Arizona's Pride Festival on Sunday. technically as a volunteer in a way to help one of the booths there. Um, but I don't know how long I'll be there. So I don't know if I'm streaming Sunday because of that, but specifically I'm off on Sunday for that. I have my normal Tuesday off, so I'll be playing 9 R.I.P on Tuesday. We have a Halloween party that we're hosting on Friday. There's a lot happening this week. And then we also were planning on going to a haunted house because when we went to Mad Monster and met Matthew Lillard, we bought a ticket to a haunted house because it was buy one, get one free at the event. So we got 2 tickets for the price of 1. So we have to schedule that. It's been a lot. It's a lot, but I'm excited. We got a lot happening. I love horror. This is my time to shine. I love October is my month. So there's just a lot happening this week. I wish I was rich so I could throw money at the game devs. Making a game is not easy at all. It is not. It's a lot of work. In fact, Asia, I don't know if you're in the chat, but we were talking about making one based on the evil queen from Snow White, specifically the evil queen, where she is evil the whole time. There's no ulterior motive. There's no trauma in there. And the whole game is her trying to literally become the ruler of the country. And her love interest is like the huntsman. Technically, the king can still be a love interest. Her knight, stuff like that. Just saying. We have some art. I was thinking of making a channel in the Discord for it. You can put some ideas out. We'll make our own game. It will not look like this. That's a pretty cool speech, Goyo.
そういうの言わなくていいから。
Don't say that now. Hee. The atmosphere seemed light, and my heart felt at ease. I literally thought of a game. I forgot the idea, though. Well, we were talking about villains. So villains typically in games have like a redemption arc. And we're like, I don't want redemption. I want my evil to be evil. I want it to stay evil. I want people to love them for being evil. So we're like, what if it's the evil queen? And so she can have some charm to her, but she's still evil. Like, she's not a good girl. That's what I want. That's what I wondered. Was Rika somewhere nearby watching this scene unfold? Once I started thinking about it, I was unable to stop. I began to tremble. Not just that, I was worried about Koyo too. The thought struck me. What's the thought? Together we went back to school. No, let's not go back to school. I don't want to go there. After all the students and staff left, we headed to the appropriate classroom to use the spirit board. I told him I could concentrate better on my own and asked him to wait outside. Oh. Okay. You know what? We should play a game. Would you guys be interested if I did Duolingo? Or like something? Because I would love to start working on my Japanese. I used to be able to read kanji. I got a list of upcoming visual novels for 2025. Peach Leaf Valley looks so cute, by the way. Salvis Aries, Touch Starved, and Talents. I will be playing Touch Starved. I will be getting that game. No one can stop me. We'll probably, since it is October, do the same thing we did last year, where at the very end of the year we do like next year, and then talk about what games I'm planning on playing. 2026, 2027. Ooh, Lost in Limbo. Wait. Mirage Nor looks adorable. I don't want to plan this far in advance, though. I could cry. Oh, Lost in Limbo. Okay, I've looked at that one. You've shown me that one. It's gorgeous. Which reminds me, I use my revenue I get from Twitch to buy things for my Twitch channel, and I'm almost at my next payout, which is $50. So I could do art. Possibly, I could get some more art, kind of like how we have our starting screens like these. These were, oops, wrong one. This one. This is art. Or something else. So if there's something you think my channel needs, I'm going to have $50 soon to put into it. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot. In fact, that starting screen costs more than $50. But and I love it. It's my favorite thing ever. I'm using it until I die. But if there's something you guys think the channel could use or you'd like to see in the channel, let me know because I'm about to get a payout. Thanks everybody for subscribing for 9 RIP because that's actually why it got so close to a payout. Um, so we're almost there. And I'll have $50 that I can put towards stuff for the channel. I placed a sheet with letters written on it and the coin I got from Hibiki on my desk. I took a deep breath and placed my finger on the coin. Boop. According to Hibiki, the one who moved the coin on the board was the spirit of some kind, a kind, gentle male spirit. He reassured me nothing scary would happen. With his assurance in mind, I began the ritual. Oh, spirit board, it's time to respond. Send me a message from somewhere beyond. If you're here, answer me by saying yes. Suddenly, I heard an echo from the room, as though something had burst forth from another time and place. Just then, my fingers began to move, and a stranger appeared before me. Yo, Ak! Look at him! He's so cute! I was so surprised I almost took my finger off the coin. The beginning, that being in front of me, grabbed me by the wrist.
効果から指を離すんじゃねえ。
Don't take your finger off the coin. Got it. He leered at me and I nodded in
終わるま
response.
で離すな。
My
話せばお前をたたらないとならね
Like this
え。
voice,
面倒は起こしてくれるなよ。
I like it. I like this voice. Don't let go until we're through. If you let go ahead of time, I'll have to haunt you. Just don't cause me any trouble, okay? Right. Right. I kept my finger on the coin and he placed his finger there as well before moving the coin to say yes. I know his ass is a tsundere. I love tsunderes. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I didn't stream the first chapter. I just played it on my own. His first chapter is so cute. Like when he gets introduced, I love him so much. He's just the, oh my god, person. Are you the spirit of the board?
当たり前のことを聞くんじゃねえ。お前が呼び出したんだろうが。
Let me see, when is he coming in? When am I doing his? He's a way away. We're gonna be playing him 5th. He's the 5th person we're going for. He's mid, but not mid in real life. Don't waste my time with questions you already know the answer to. You called me, didn't you? Sorry, I didn't expect you to, appear like this.
普通は姿なんて出さずに効果を動かして答えるだけだ。
Normally I don't appear. I just answer questions by moving
だが
coin.
今のお前はいろいろと特殊な状態だから俺の姿が見えちまうらしい。
Considering your current state, you're able to see things others normally can't. I see. Don't forget the hidden route. I know who the hidden route is. I called it, didn't I? Someone ruined that for me. Her name is Otome Kitten. I watched her box opening and she ruined it right away. I was like, oh. I see. But I also said it too. So I was like, what if it is? It's called 9 RIP. Why is he here? Why is he here? So at least I know I'm getting what I wanted. I said I wanted that man. I see.
妙な気配だと思って来てみり
I
ゃ。ま
don't
さかお
know.
前みてえなのに呼ばれるとはな。
I don't know what the prerequisition is to unlock him yet, though. I also don't know what the rules are to get good and bad endings entirely yet, too. So we're gonna find out. I thought there was something strange about that voice calling me, so I decided to show up myself. I guess that makes sense. I can't imagine there are a lot of people who decide to play with the spirit board after death. But still, Hibiki had told me that the spirit would be kind and gentle. This guy, on the other hand, didn't seem anything like that.
で、何が聞きてえんだ？さっさと言え。
So you got a question or not? If so, hurry up and ask it. I straightened my back and looked at the spirit directly. Okay. Well, this moment where you go like roll your shoulders and then stay there. I want to ask about my friend. I believe a girl dressed in a uniform like mine called you recently. right? I want you to tell me what the two of you discussed.
何もやりとりはなかった。
We didn't discuss anything. Huh?
答えにくいことを聞いてきたから何とも言えなくてな。つまり答えられなかったんだ。
She asked me questions that were tough to answer, so I didn't. Rather, she asked me questions I couldn't answer. I'm debating if I can get a tattoo in time. Hear me out. Imagine me with a face tattoo.
質問はそれだけか？
That it?
じゃあとっとと帰らせてもらうぜ。
In that case, I'm going to leave. Wait, already?
そういう手やるな。せっかちな男は嫌われるぞ。
Aw, don't be like that. Why are you always so hasty with these things? Like, Ben coming in from the side of man in a magnificent kimono interrupted us. Is everyone gonna show up? There's someone else here too? Then a man turned his gaze toward me before flashing a friendly smile.
お初にお目にかかる。我は座敷わらしかっこ見習いをしているもの。
I love him so much. Hello, hello. I believe this is our first time meeting. Yes, I'm a guardian spirit in training. A guardian spirit, so you're a spirit too then?
ほう。我を見ても恐れずにいるとは、死者の世に触れているからか。
Not scared of me at all, I see. It must be because you've touched the realm of the dead.
おい、邪魔してくるんじゃねえ。なんだってお前はいつもちょっかいかけてくんだよ。
Don't interrupt us. Why are you always bothering me like this?
決まっておる。暇つぶしじゃ。
It's obvious, isn't it? I'm bored. Love him. I love him.
他でやりやがれ。たく。
Go be bored somewhere else. I guess the two spirits know each other. They're both spirits after all.
おい、用がねえならしまいにしろ。
If you're done, I'm leaving. Sorry, please wait. I just one more minute. There's something else I wanted to
さっ
ask.
さとしろ。
Get on with it. He seemed pretty short-tempered. I should hurry up and ask him what I need to know. I'm pretty sure I'm on Koyo's route. Yeah. I don't know if this one's gonna affect anything, but... What I probably should do is keep one save for every chapter. That way I can kind of go back as I need to. So this is still 5, whatever, it's fine. What was it that Sayaka was trying to ask the spirit board about? Perhaps the problem was the way I asked the question before. About my friend, the one I asked about before. Can you tell me why she summoned you? The spirit closed his eyes in thought and began to speak.
お前を連れ戻そうとしてだ。俺に聞いてきたのは
She's looking for a way to bring you back. She asked me how to do it. A way to bring me back? I thought back on what Hibiki told me.
それが本当な今も
She wants to go to the other world, I get it. When Sayaka spoke to my sister, she had told me she wanted to save me. She seriously is trying to bring me back from the dead. Is that even possible? There's no
俺が
way.
言えるのはそれだけだ。
That's all I can say.
たく意地悪だの。連れ戻そうとしているのは何故か教えてやらんのか。
Seriously, you really are a bully. Why don't you at least tell her why she's trying to bring her back?
聞かれたことだけに答える。それが掟なんだよ。
I can only answer what is asked of me. Those are the
聞
rules.
きたいことはそれで終わりか。
Is that all you want to ask? I just need one more time. The truth about the accident. I was in an accident a little while ago. It was such a shock. I only have a vague memory of what happened before and after. At the time of the accident, I think someone pushed me. Please tell me about the person that pushed me. I was convinced Sayaka was innocent, but I still had questions. Was I pushed on accident, or was I pushed by someone unseen? The spirit pondered my question for some time before muttering a response. There was no person. Huh? What do you mean? Did I really fall onto the road myself?
それも違う。
That's not what I said. Using his fingers, he guided the coin over to the word no.
悩んでおるの。だが、これが言うのは本当のこと。こっくりさんは嘘をつけんからの。
She asked if she was a pusher or if it was an accident. He said there was no person. That question was not answered. That's a tough one, isn't it? But what he says is true. Of that you can be sure. The spirit board cannot lie.
お主の背中を押した人はいなかったのだ。
There was no person who pushed you, Master. No person. As he spoke, he cast his vision above my head. I followed his gaze but was unable to see anything. Then I inhaled sharply. Something I can't see. Who invited me into the darkness? What pushed me was no person. Okay, so not someone, but did something push me into the street? The spirit on the board locked eyes with me and nodded. Part of me had expected this answer, yet it still sent a chill running down my spine. Am I possessed by something?
そう悪いものではない。お主のそばにいるのは神の類。
Oh, no. Nothing like that, Master. What's next to you is kind of a god. A god? Like a god?
おい、あまり口を滑らせるな。何かされても知らねえぞ。
Shut your mouth. No telling what's gonna happen if you keep talking like that.
やれるものならやってみればいい。我は神なんて怖くないもん。
If there's someone who can do something, let them try. I'm not afraid of gods. Please tell me, was that the one who caused me to get into the accident?
そういうことになるの。はてさて、どういう腹積もりなのか。
Could be. I wonder just what this god is planning to do with
お
you.
主のことを試しているのかもしれん。この困難をどう乗り越えるかと。
Perhaps it's some kind of test, seeing if you can overcome this challenge.
探しましょう。あなたのこれから先でもどうか前を向ければあなただけの道が。
What the guardian spirit said made sense in the context of the words spoken to me.
神によって写し代から隠されるとはな。神隠しにでも合わされたか。
To be hidden from this world by the gods, it's almost like as if you've been spirited away. Spirited away? It was just like Sayaka said before.
こういう精神あなた
We have a lot of people getting spirited away up in here, that's what she said. Could it really be that Niramigahama is a place where instances like this really happen? Could I really have been spirited away? I had my fair share of troubles, but were they really so intense that a god would take notice?
聞きたいことはそれで終わりか。
Is that all you want to ask? I knew there were 2 questions I wanted to ask, but my head was a mess. I had been spirited away by a god who wanted to see if I could overcome the challenges in front of me to find my own path. Even though it was impossible, Sayaka was trying to bring me back from the dead. Then the spirit on the board let out a small sigh.
お前は勘違いしてんだよ。
You're mistaken. Mistaken?
おや聞かれたことのみ答えるのが掟ではなかったかの。
His hair is so glorious. What's this? I thought you were only going to answer the question she asked.
うるせえ。
Shut up. If I was mistaken, there was a mistake. Where was I mistaken? Trying to find the answer, I spoke, thinking aloud. I was told by this god that I would have to go through trials to find the path I was meant to take. I had been frustrated with my future until that point, so I had a feeling I was on the right track. My friend said that she wanted to bring me back from the world of the dead. She wanted to meet me to apologize for what she did. That's impossible, of course. You can't raise the dead.
なるほど。お主は死んでいるのか。
I see. So you're dead, are you?
誰がお前を死んだと言った
Who told you that you're dead? I thought she might be in a
知っている人もいるか
coma.
もしれないが、昨日
私
Hi, Jay. How far have you
事故
gotten?
に合わせてしまって
なあ、
気に病む時間よりも
Nobody said that I was dead. Actually, oh, you're on Seiya's route officially. Ooh, stop it. Stop beating me. I'm enjoying it. Is he so sweet? Is he so a little bit creepy? I'm so excited for him. That's not true. The only people who told me I was dead were other ghosts. Could it be? The thought sent chills running through me. Am I really dead? I pressed my finger down even more firmly on the coin. My voice quivered as I spoke. Am I really dead? The spirit didn't say anything. He quietly moved the coin across the board. To know? I won't spoil anything. I'll keep it a secret. Thank you, Jay. You're so kind. I felt my chest seize up. There was no heartbeat in my chest. Somewhere out there, my heart continued to beat. Does that mean I'm alive?
肉体こそまだ死んでなくても、お前の魂は体に戻れてね。
That means we have to leave our precious baby behind. We can't stay ghost forever with him. Your body is not dead, but your spirit cannot yet return to it.
わかりやすく言えば今のお主は完全なる死者でもなければ聖者でもない。
Put it plainly, Master, you're neither dead nor alive.
それを生き量という。
You are a living ghost. Suddenly confronted with this new reality, I couldn't keep my head on straight, but one thing became very clear. I can return to the world of the living. I love that the love interest cameo in each other's routes. Yeah, I wasn't expecting so much crossover, given the different ways each of the games play. Like, I really thought it was kind of interesting when Seiya popped up in the Haunting one. I could go back to where Sayaka and my family were. I could go home.
生き返りたかったら、体を見つけた上で戻る手段を講じなきゃならねえ。
If you want to return to the world of the living, you'll need to find your body and take the proper steps. If this was indeed a challenge from a god, there would be some significance in how I could return. There's a lot. We get little snippets of them everywhere. Good. The first thing that came to mind was my future, which, with one hand, I took the career survey from inside my pocket. This paper was what helped me start to regain my memory. As I started to regain my memory, I began thinking about the path Sayaka and I were planning to take, my own path. If I didn't find my own way forward, I knew I'd never be able to return home. In all honesty, there was a part of me that was quite angry with this god, but this chance encouraged me to help reshape things in my mind. I looked over at the guardian spirit. He had been very clear this wasn't an evil god that was doing this to
なん
me.
じゃぼんやりとして。大きなことに気づけたのだから、もっと喜ぶべきであろう。
My schedule was changed. I telework on Monday and Tuesdays now so I can enjoy Wednesday streams with buns. Can't. Sorry, my bad. Well, Tuesdays when I do my most streaming. Tuesdays and Thursdays. How could you do this to us? How did you tell your job this isn't gonna work for you? Why are you staring at me with that dumbfounded look? You've just realized something incredible. Shouldn't you be happy? It's complicated. I'm very glad to know the truth. I made eye contact with both of them at the same time because I made them like get really close, and I looked in one left eye and one of their right eyes. And then I bowed deeply. Thank you very much for your helpful words and advice.
ま、達者でな。
Take care.
良い人生を送るのだぞ。
May your life be blessed. I chose Monday because it hit so hard coming back from the weekend. Honestly, every week it hit hard. Every day. So we have a doctor's appointment coming up, and like they called the day to confirm. But what's funny was she's like, so you have an appointment tomorrow? And I started to say yes without thinking. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wait, is tomorrow Monday? And she's like, oh, no, Monday. I meant Monday. I'm so sorry. I meant Monday. I was like, oh my God, did I lose the whole weekend? Thank you. Just as I was about to say my parting words to them, the spirit board stopped me.
待て。一つ。 俺からも教えてほしいことがある。
Tragic. This weekend is short enough. Yeah, we need 5-day weekends. 5 days on, 5 days off. 5 days on, 5 days off. Every week. There's something I would like to ask of you. Of course, what is it?
お前にこの道具を譲った者はどんな様子だった？
The one who gave the tools to summon me, how did he appear to you? I wonder if he means Hibiki? He didn't give this item to me, he merely let me borrow them. They seem very important to him. Hibiki, that is. He seems a little lonely, but he also seems to have a bright side about him too. I didn't quite know how to say what I wanted to say, but the spirit merely smiled.
それならいい。教えてくれて感謝する。
Thank God. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you for telling me. Perhaps there was a history between them. Wink. Either way, it was none of my business, and I nodded politely in return. Let me go return these back to Hibiki. Then, as quickly as they had come, I was alone. The two spirits left me standing alone in an abandoned classroom. Having received so much information at once, I was still in a state of shock. I'm alive? I'm alive? But then, where's my body? The hospital, girl. You're in the hospital in a coma. I was probably in the hospital. The closest one would be Sagan Hospital. I decided to go there right away. Minami's voice reminds me of Roddy. I keep imagining the dancing floofy puffball. I love Minami. The thing is, like, okay, his voice actor, I don't know his name off the top of my head, is so good. And I know why they gave him that role is because Minami is like got two personalities and he changes his voice for the personalities, which is just like Roddy and Relita. So it makes perfect sense. But like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get to Minami's route. He's like second to last, or is he last? Wait, is he last? Did I make him last? No. He's okay, cool. He's third. Because I'm doing Spirit World last. That doesn't make sense. Ah, it does make sense because Yukamaru is number 1. Yukamaru's number 1. Not ready for this. Unless I changed my list. Did I change my list as I made my list? Who am I? Who's that girl? I changed the list. Dude, no, Minami's last. That's right. I wanted to do Yukamari last, but I switched it because I was more excited about Seiya and Minami. He's my last route. That boy's my last route. I'll stop by again at lunch. Bye. Have a lovely lunch. Wait, have a lovely day at work, not at lunch. You're not at lunch yet. I went back into the hallway and found Koyo sitting there waiting for me. When he noticed me coming from the classroom, he stood up. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm all finished.
コックリさんには会えた。
Did you meet the spirit of the board? I did. I was able to ask him everything I wanted to ask. I feel a lot better
友
now.
達のことどうだって？
What'd you learn about your friend? Well, I told him about what Sayaka was trying to do. I also talked about how I had been spirited away. In addition, I also told him about my condition. Koyo listened silently before speaking.
生き量ってマジか。
A living ghost? Seriously? Yeah, I think my body's in the hospital, so I'd like to go there right away. Koyo sighed deeply and crouched down on the spot.
よかった。あんたが生きていてくれて
I'm so
本
glad.
当に嬉しい。
I'm so glad that you're alive. At the accident, he tried to save me. Then he found me to try and help me cross over. Now he shares my joy with me that I'm alive. I was so grateful he had been there for me the whole time. I outstretched my hand to him. You okay? As I spoke with a smile and Koyo looked up at me laughing. It's like the return where it's like her holding her hand to him. It's sweet. Oh, I know. By the way, I'm probably gonna cry. Get ready for that. He placed his hand in mine and I helped pull him back to his feet.
最初と逆じゃん。
How the tables have turned. Well, I think it's my turn to help you for a change. His head tilted inquisitively as he looked at me. I told you before, this is happening to me because some kind of god wants it to. In order to go back, I have to figure out what my path is in life.
まだ準備が整ってないってことか。
So you mean you're not ready to go back? That's right. When I thought I was dead, I thought my future didn't matter, but now I knew I had to clear my head and heart from the fear that clouded my way. I'm not ready to leave this place yet, and in the meantime, I want to help you, Koyo.
手伝ってほしいものなんてないけど。
But there's nothing I need your help with. What about Rika? As if he knew what I was going to say, Koyo turned away
手
from
伝わ
me.
なくていい。
I don't need your help with that. But
いいって言ってる。
I told you, it's fine. Don't be mean to me. Against his blunt refusal, I knew there was nothing else to say. Fine, but can I just say something? I don't want you getting hurt, Koyo. I don't want you hurting anyone either. You're the type of person who helps people, Koyo, not hurt them. It's the same with Mary, and it's the same for Koyo. I had been saved countless times by him, which is why I didn't want to see him become someone who would hurt others. Koyo, I'll do it for you. It'd be funny if she said that. You're a good person, Koyo. Let me get my hands dirty. Koyo stared at me before smiling and gently patting me
あ
on
ん
the
たは
head.
そのままでいて。
I had a feeling you'd say something like that. He replied with an answer that wasn't much of an answer and pulled his hand away from mine. He's so beautiful. I returned the item I'd received from Hibiki and left school after that. The sun set as I made my way to the hospital before it faded completely into the darkness. Then, and without warning, when I arrived at the hospital, I checked the names of the room one by one until finally I found the room with my name on it and I felt my legs stiffen. I expected this, but I suddenly felt anxious. When I entered the room, I found a pure white, clean, and spacious private room. I saw someone sleeping in the bed. The patient had an IV and a respirator on. A nearby monitor beeped faintly with a feeble heartbeat. There was bandages everywhere and a pale, gaunt face peeked in through the cracks. There was no joy. I was merely speechless. I wasn't alive so much as I was being kept alive. Is that really me? My body swayed unsteadily, but Koyo, who was right next to me, caught me and propped me up.
おーい、愛しのお姉様が来たぞ
Hey, hey, Leah! Your favorite sister came to visit you.
いくら個室だからってあまり騒がしくしないの
Will you be quiet? It may be a private room, but it's still a hospital. I'm willing to get my hands dirty for him. Aww. H was like, I'll do it. I'll murder them all for you. Sis? Mom? My sister stared down at me, smiling sadly as she stroked my hair. My mom looked exhausted and pulled the covers back over me.
あら少し顔色が良くなったかしら
You think she's looking a little better, don't you?
確かに
Yeah,
も
for
うそろそ
sure.
ろ目を覚ますかもね
It's only a matter of time before she wakes up. Oh no, my mom's crying. Tears welled up in my mom's eyes as she looked down at me.
あの人の時と同じ見ているだけなんて
It was the same with him too. All I could do was stand by and watch.
それは違うよ父さんの時とは違う
Don't say that. This is different. This isn't anything like what happened with Dad.
この子は絶対に目覚めるんだから
Leah is absolutely going to wake up.
ええそうね
Yes, you're right.
今日はもう遅いし短いけど顔も見れたしそろそろ帰ろう
It's getting late. I know it wasn't for very long, but at least we got to see her today. Let's head home.
ええまた明日来るわね
We'll see you again tomorrow, Leah. After the two of them left, all I could do was stand there stunned. Sound like someone was in my living room. Koyo just stood by my side, silently holding me up by my shoulders. Isn't that a scary sentence to say? Like, yeah, it's probably nothing. I have to find a way to wake up soon. I couldn't keep worrying my family like this. I'm sorry, Koyo, let's go. The door slid open before I could finish speaking. Girl's got dead eyes. An ashen-faced Ayaka glided through the door. She came up beside my sleeping body, pursed her lips tightly, and cast a sorrowful gaze down upon me.
で
I'm so sorry, Leah.
私いろいろ試したんだけど あなたを救うことができていなくて。
I tried everything I could think of, but I just couldn't save you.
でも次のは成功するはず。手っ取り早く
I feel bad for Sayaka.
霊
I
界
do
に
too. The poor
方法
girl is trying so hard. I feel terrible. There's something I can do. I'll find you in the spirit world. Sayaka's eyes were empty and I felt an unpleasant stirring in my chest. Koyo quickly removed his hands from my shoulder and took his phone out of his pocket. I moved my armchair down, thinking to be more comfortable. It is not. She really feels like this is her fault and she's willing to ruin her sleep health for me. I think she's gonna do more than just ruin her sleep and health. Koyo quickly removed his hands from my shoulders and took his phone out of his pocket. Then, just as he had done before, he pressed the phone against his chest. Immediately, Sayaka's phone began to ring. Koyo, what are you?
あんたの友達を助ける。ほら、手。
I'm helping your friend. Give me your hand. Did he feel the same uneasiness I did? With that, I quickly took
も
his
しもし
hand.
聞こえますか
Hello, can you hear me?
何
What's going on? Phone in hand, Sayaka began frantically looking around the room. Koyo turned to look at me, and I called out to Sayaka. Sayaka, it's me, Leah.
嘘
No, seriously, you're such a fan of the occult and you really can't believe this? Speaking to her as my usual tone, her eyes went wide with shock.
ごめんなさい。私あなたのことを
I'm so sorry. What I did to you. You don't have to apologize. I heard all the previous ones, Sayaka. I'm sorry too. I got so wrapped up in myself that I didn't talk to you about the future. Oh, sorry, I hit the button too fast. You didn't do anything wrong. I guess in that case we're both in the clear.
ありがとう。
Thank you. I want you to know I'm okay, and I'll be home real soon. As I spoke, my vision blurred, my face grew hot, and I felt my voice choke up. I found it hard to speak through the tears. Everything you did for me, I want you to know it was all. I saw all of it. Oh my god, That's so dyslexic. I just realized I was seeing it backwards entirely. You tried so hard to save me. Thank you, Sayaka. My brain was like, it's was. I'm like, it's not was. I can read. It's like, no, it's was.
私もう一人になりたくなくて。からあなたに固執しちゃってて。
I didn't want to be alone. That's why I was so fixated on you, but
強くなるから。今まで弱くて。
this is my vision without glasses on, honestly.
ごめんなさい。
I'll get stronger. I'm sorry for how weak I was before. It's okay. Let's think about our future together. I promise next time we'll figure things out together. And even if we end up on different paths, we'll cheer each other on. I'll be home soon. Please wait there for me.
悪い、時間切れ。
Sorry, we're out of time. Thank you, Koyo. I knew that he had given as much time as he possibly could. Koyo he had so much more time with that kid. What? Hold your breath a little longer, Koyo. Koyo exhaled with a tired look on his face, and I bowed deeply with gratitude. Sayaka was still there in the hospital room, but she wore a different expression from before. Relieved, the two of us left the hospital. Nice. After we left the hospital, my head was so full of the day's events that we just ended up walking aimlessly. Seeing myself asleep in the hospital room, the concerned look on my friends and family, all of the things that were vague before suddenly seemed brutally clear.
そろそろ話しかけていい
Is it okay if I say something? Sorry, so much has happened. I guess I just kind of spaced out.
多分俺でもそうなるから。
Nah, I'm sure I do the same
進
thing.
路のこと、向き合えそう
But this thing about my future, do you think you're ready to face it? I'm not sure how to say this, but I don't think I've got it sorted out in my mind yet. I want to go back as soon as possible, but as a living ghost, I was free from all the worries about my future would be. I don't know if I have the courage to go back there just yet. When I woke up, I would really need to face those same problems as before.
ああ、映画見たいな。
Aw man, I could go for a movie right now. Huh? I was so surprised by his words. They drove my worries to the back of my mind. Hey, wait, we've been together all day. I had no idea that the time was, but it was really dark. I'm sorry, I've been so self-involved and dragged you all over the
言っ
place.
ただろ。あんたを守るって。こうなってるのは俺の事情だから気にしないで。
I told you, didn't I? I'm here to protect you. I'm the one who volunteered to tag along with you all day. I guess that's true. I turned to face him and straightened my position. Thank you for keeping me company today. I'm going to head back to my place and do some thinking. Hang on, I have to send a text message. Just as I spoke the words to tell him goodbye, he grabbed me by the arm. Hey! Kiss me. No? Oh, sorry. He quickly started walking in the other direction and I was pulled along with him. Just kidding. I didn't mean it.
息抜き、付き合って。多分今から上映してるやつあるから。
Time to take a break. Come on, there's gotta be a movie playing somewhere. Not that I minded, but does Koya really have time for this? What was gonna happen with Rika? I mean it. I asked after Sena route. I know his is gonna be so good. Honestly, there's not like a character in this game that I was all like, I'm not wanting this. This isn't variable barricade. I'm not like Ishiki needs to leave or Ichiya needs to leave. I'm like, go away. I haven't had any of those. I asked if I could help, but he flatly refused. I have no idea what was going on between them. It was like there was a barrier between us when it came to all things Rika related. We were getting to know each other little by little through our talks here and there. There was still part of himself that he kept hidden. Bum bum. Bum bum. Soon, the light dimmed and the previews began to play. We don't have to whisper. We're literally ghosts. They can't hear us.
今から見る映画、笑える内容なんだよね。
He brought us to a comedy. He learned. The movie we're watching today is a comedy.
クレハさんと見たことあんだけど、いつも笑顔が乏しいあの人でさえ大声で笑ってたから面白いの確実。
I saw it with Kuroha a while back. That dude never smiles, and this movie even got him to laugh. So he's seen it already. It's a good one. I'm looking forward
ど
to
う
it.
せ俺しか声聞こえないし、思いっきり笑っていいから。
I'm the only one here who can hear you, so feel free to laugh as loud as you want. A sentence that could be taken either direction.
今の瞬間だけ、いろいろ忘れて笑って。
Just for a moment, forget everything. Just smile. Could it be? When he said, time to take a break, were you talking about me? I thought he was talking about himself.
さあ、どうだろうね。
Don't want to leave but BRB bathroom. Oh, I'm so sorry, Asia. Who can say for sure? His kindness was subtle and could be hard to understand, but I understood it now. He knew that I was struggling with everything I've just seen. That's why he brought me here. I decided to just take the plunge. Would you mind if I leaned on you for a minute? Instead of answering, he just reached out his hand. Oh my god! Is that better? I love tattoos. I know it's not a tattoo, but like, oh my god. It's so beautiful. Yeah, much better. I felt close to him and not just in a physical sense. I felt a warmth spread throughout my chest and a feeling of security I'd never felt
辛
before.
い時とか寄りかかっていいから。
You can lean on me
あ
anytime.
と付き合わせてるなんて思わなくていい。
I love him. I don't want you to think you're forcing me to spend time with you or anything like
あんた
that.
気使いすぎなんだよ。
You don't have to do
もっと
everything
今みたい
yourself. You need
に
to
してきていい
lean,
か
learn to let go. He couldn't bring himself to say anymore, but I found his embarrassment endearing. This is nice. At that moment, I found my feelings for him beginning to change. Too bad he's dead and I'm alive, right, guys? After the movie, Koyo took me back to my house for the first time in a long while. It feels refreshing to come back here. It's only been a few days, but I really missed it. Koyo was still worried about Reika and I wanted to stay with me, but I refused. I couldn't take any more of his time. Besides, he must have been worried about leaving Sena for so long.
楽しかった？
Enjoy the movie? Hearing that voice, I felt a chill run down my spine. Slowly, I turned to face the direction of the voice and I saw Rika standing before me. Did she the whole time? She quickly closed the gap
いい
between
感
us.
じだったよね。肩にもたれかかって寄り添って夜空
Where's that bitch here? Because he left us alone. Here, hang on. You didn't see this one CG. I'm going to show you this one CG before we continue. You missed this one. Look at this one. Look at it. Look how cute. I know, right? Look how cute. Look at his arm. Oh, wait, he also said something. Hang on. I screenshotted something he said too. Just for you, Asia, because it's you. You need to learn to let go. Would you mind if I leaned on you? Can you go back for that moment? It was so cute. It would take too long to get back there, though. Now we're back to Stalker. It's just not my favorite sentence. Must have felt nice leaning on his shoulder like that, closer and closer, but you're just causing problem for Yozoro.
あなたに構ってる暇なんてないのに夜空優しいからさ
He doesn't have time for you, Leah. He's just so sweet. He can't bring himself to say no.
ええ麗華の言いたいことわかる
Rika, do he got time for you though? I mean, she's just watched him from the shadows. You understand that? Rika's trying to say, don't you? You understand what Rika's trying to say is what I meant to say. Her eyes were filled with madness. She stared at me without blinking. Even if I wanted to speak, my lips were frozen. My voice wouldn't come out. I had no words. Then I saw a familiar figure appear behind her.
こいつを狙うと思ってた。
I had a feeling you'd come after her. We parted ways just moments ago. Perhaps he was worried and decided to watch over me. He's like, I'm the stalker now. Koyo's eyes were locked on Rika.
レイカ、久しぶり。
Reika. Just kidding. It's been a while, Reika.
地獄に行ったって思ってたから、もう会えないんじゃないかって不安だったよ。
I figured you'd go straight to hell. Here I was thinking I'd never get to see you again. Huh? His words, the expression on his face, they were so unlike him.
夜空会いたかった
Yozoro, how I've missed you. She immediately wrapped her arms around him. What's going on?
ずっと会いたかったんだけど今は接近禁止命令が出てるから様子見していたの
I wanted to see you for so long, but with that restraining order and everything, I haven't been able to see you. Reika's eyes drew her head back and glanced at the
地
ceiling.
獄の大看守様見てる彼麗華のこと大好きなんだよだから全部誤解なの
Grand warden of hell. Can you see? He loves me. He really loves me. It's all a
確かに
misunderstanding.
レイカが夜空を殺したけど、でも彼もそれは了承していたんだよ。
I fucking hate her so much. Aww. I can't, but she's so cute. Yes, I may have been the one to kill him, but he was okay with it. Isn't that right, Yozoro? I may have been the one that killed him. I could tell by the look on his face that she had in fact been the one to kill him. Yet his eyes were also filled with rage. Seemingly unaware, Reika
て
continued.
かそうだ、聞いてよ。いくら説明しても大看守様分かってくれないんだよ。
I hate stalkers so much. Excuse me. Yeah. Sometimes it can have. There's a little bit, but like, I'm about to cry. Don't cry, it's too soon. You see? No matter how many times I tried to explain it to the Grand Warder, he simply wouldn't
お
listen.
互い死ぬほど好きだからああしただけで、だから罪じゃないって何度も説明してるのにさ。
We did it because we loved each other so very much. It wasn't a crime. How many times have I tried to explain it to him?
愛し合ってるっていう何よりの証拠なのにね。
What's greater proof could it be than our undying love for one another?
そうだ。夜空も一緒に大看守様を説得してよ。ね。
Stalker kind of triggers me. So I think I've said this too. In horror movies, slasher films, whatever, I can handle that. It's stalking stories that I get. First off, if you come home and there's like a plushie sitting on your coffee table that you didn't put there and it wasn't there when you left, leave. 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 Get out. Get out of the house. Like, don't stay there. But yeah, stalking stories. Also, the people being stalked do dumb things, usually. This one, he's not doing anything dumb. But like in movies where they use that as a trope, your front door's open when you got home, call 911. Don't think you just didn't lock the door. That's right, Yosoro. Why don't we explain it to the Grand Warder together? Good, right? She stepped away from him and he quickly took his hand.
地獄に
hand.
終わったらずーっと一緒に過ごそうね。
Come on, let's go to hell. Once it's over, we can be together forever and ever. This voice actor was way louder than this voice is making it. I hit a button and I've never hit before. That's the second time I can tell that they've manually made his voice louder. Stalkers and kidnappers are more scary than serial killers because like that's someone who's like, I'm gonna take my time with this. Some serial killers do too, but will you stop already? It was the first time I'd heard him raise his voice in anger and I flinched.
あんたの言ってることは全部勘違い。愛し合ってる証拠。それで殺した。俺が了承して。
Everything you said just now is a lie. Proof of our love? That's why you killed me? You said I agreed to it?
なんだそれ。俺がいつあんたを好きになったよ。
What the hell are you saying? When did I fall in love with you?
して。ふざけんじゃねえ。
Seriously, tell me. Tell me when.
でもだって一緒に死んでくれたじゃん。
But you died together with me.
やっぱり頭おかしいわ。
I knew it. You really are crazy.
それはそうかも。でもそれほど深い愛情ってことだよ。
That may be true, but don't you think love makes everyone a little crazy? Ignoring Koyo's words, Reika merely continued to smile blankly at him. Although I didn't know all the details, I knew enough to understand that Reika was
ね
dangerous.
え怒らないでよ。会いに来られなくってごめんってば。
Don't be upset. I'm sorry I didn't come to see you sooner. That wasn't why he was saying all that. Why couldn't she hear what he was trying to tell her? Because yanderes do that. They hear what they want to hear. Actually, mega dedes hear what they want to hear too. She's a yan mega. Dede. She's both. She's got a lot of love to give, and she's also a psychopath.
夜空、前からそうだったよね。
Yozora, you've always been like
レ
this.
イカがいないと、わざと他の女とイチャついてさ。
Whenever Reika's not around, you're always flirting with other girls.
嫉妬させたいのはわかるけど、傷つくんだよ。
I know it's just because you're trying to make me jealous, but it's hurtful, you know?
まあいいや。レイカが変わってなくてよかったよ。
Whatever, it's nice to see some things never change.
変わるわけないよ。夜空しか愛してないのは生きている時からだもん。
Of course it couldn't change. Jojo, I loved you since back when you were alive.
そうすごく嬉しい。
Thank you for that. It wasn't just Reika, but Koyo had a deranged look on his face that gave me the creeps. There was something very weird in the air. It was hard for me to even look at them, and I dropped my gaze to the floor. Then I suddenly felt a tug on my hand. It was Koyo.
レイカ、今日はもう行くけど、すぐにまた会いに来るから。
Reika, I'm leaving for today. I promise I'll come find you real soon.
今度は俺があんたを殺す番。
It's my turn to kill you.
何それ。
What are you talking about?
魂ごと消滅させて無にする。クソほど嫌いなあんたをどの世界からも消すために。
I'm gonna annihilate your soul. Crush it into nothing, and so that no parts will remain. Not in this world, not in the last, and not in the next. Oh, Reika didn't like that.
嘘つきなんだ。
You sure do love to tease me.
会えなかったから不運だったって言ってくれたじゃない。
You're just saying that because you're worried you won't see me
そ
again.
の女がファンだから気を使ってるんでしょ。ちゃんと分かってるよ。
I get it. You don't want to say anything in front of her. You don't want her to feel bad. You're always so kind. Oops, sorry. Hang on.
まだわかんないの？殺したいから会いたかったって。あんたに対する感情は憎悪しかない。
You seriously still don't get it. I can't wait to see you because that'll be the moment I get to see you die. His face distorted with an eerie mix of fury and despair. Your hand. Rika pointed at Koyo, my intertwined hand. Fingers laced, I might add.
話してよ。もう嫉妬させないで。頭がおかしくなる。
Yeah, he's teasing you for now. Next time we see you, you're so fucking dead, even though you're already dead. Your remains will be gone. Right? I'm gonna destroy your soul. Sounds pretty intense. Let go of her hand. Stop trying to make me jealous. Are you trying to drive me crazy? He took no notice of her. He merely pulled my hand and we left the house. Anyways.
だから言っただろ。心配だから一緒にいるって。
I didn't run off without you. You took me home and left me. Why are you acting like I left you intentionally? I told you, didn't I? She's dangerous. That's why I didn't want you to be alone. I'm sorry. I just didn't realize how bad it. Koyo sighed as he listened to my apology.
悪い。謝るの俺の方。俺のせいでこうなってるのに。
I'm sorry. I should be the one who apologizes. This whole thing is my fault. I'm too good looking. Looking at Koyo again, I was relieved to see that his normal look and aura had returned. Earlier, he seemed possessed by hatred. I'd never seen that in him before. It was very frightening. He could have become a wraith. Perhaps it was because I didn't know the details of their relationship. If I did, maybe I could understand Koyo's feelings. I was about to speak, but then my vision blurred. My body swayed. Koyo quickly reached for me and managed to catch me before I hit the ground. I'm sorry, so much has happened. I guess I'm just a little tired.
本当にそれだけ。無理してごまかしてんなら怒る。
Can ghosts be tired if they can't sleep? Are you sure about that? If you're pushing yourself too hard, I'm gonna be pissed. The truth
精
is,
神的な疲労が蓄積されたのでしょう。あのようなものと接触したのですから、そうなるのも必然というもの。
She's emotionally drained. It makes sense given all that's happened. Ah! Turning around to face the voice, we see a strange man standing before us. I love him. He's so cute.
うわ、すげえ格好。
Whoa, that's get up. I wanted to say the same thing, but I'm too shocked to say it out loud. The man tried to act as though he hadn't heard us, but I saw a smile creep across his lips.
お初にお目にかかります。
I love him so
簡単
much.
に自己紹介させていただきます。
I believe this is our first time meeting, yes? The details are rather complicated, but allow me to introduce myself.
私は地獄の大監視をしているサイヤと申します。
I'm a grand
生前罪を
warder.
犯した魂に
Warder.
罰を与える仕事をしております。
I've been saying warden. I was wrong. I'm a grand warder. It's my job to punish the souls of the dead who sinned greatly in life. I work and dwell in what is called hell. Grand warder. It was just as Rika had said moments
そ
ago.
ちら一色さんでございますね。
You're Leah Ishiki, are you not? How did you know that?
あの異常者と接触してとても疲れていることでしょう。どこかで休まなければいけませんね。
Having come in contact with that disturbed creature, you no doubt must be very tired. I suggest you find a place to rest. He totally ignored my question. I'm fine. When you say disturbed creature, you mean Reika?
はあ、ミスミレイカ以外に誰がいるというのです。
Wink. Yes. Is there someone besides Reika, Misurimi, I could be referring to? This guy sure has an odd way of talking. What a loser. I don't mean that.
あれは接近禁止命令を無視し、あなた、紅葉さんに接触しました。
She ignored her restraining order and came in direct contact with you, Koyo.
よって私が捕らえに来たのですが、すでに逃亡した後、
Thus, I've come to this world to collect her. She somehow managed to escape.
取り逃がしたのはすべてこちらのミスでございます。ご迷惑をおかけして申し訳ありません。
I'm afraid this is all my fault. I'm terribly sorry for any inconvenience I may have caused.
あんたのせいじゃないだろう。あいつは魂を消さない限り永遠に俺につきまとう。
This isn't your fault. As long as her soul exists, she'll find some way to haunt me.
生きてる時からあいつにつきまとわれた俺しかわからない。
I kicked the desk. Could you tell? Did it wobble? She haunted me ever since I was alive. Believe me, I know better than anyone. Koyo merely stared at the ground with a bitter look on his face. He looked as though he was remembering all the terrible things she had done to him. Koyo. Koyo, my boy. I was about to speak when my vision became blurry again and my footing grew unsteady.
どこかで休まないとまずい。
Girl doesn't need to
潜っ
rest.
てやるから。
We gotta find a place for you to rest. Guys, we're dead. We can just lay down on the ground. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna get dirt on me? We've gotta find you somewhere to rest. Here, let me carry you. Actually, wait, she's not dead. I lied. She's not dead. We found that out. Sorry, I think you let... Thank you. I think if you let me lean on you, I can walk.
互いを気遣う優しさ、深い愛情。はあ、嫉妬するほど羨ましい。
The deep love of the two who share that kindness, I am truly envious.
こんな状況で変態っぽいこと言うな。
You said hentai. I got it. I got it. That's not the situation. Don't say weird things like that.
変態であると重々承知しております。
What can I say? I'm a bit of weird after all. A pervert. Say
ひ
pervert.
とまず彼女が息を引き取る前に
Say it. We're
休
gonna
息
give
の
you
でき
some
る場
love.
所へ移動しましょう。
Like he talks like poetry. Like the way his voices sounds like poetry. And he looks like a Frankenstein. Like, cause it looks like he's covered in stitches. I know he's not. Or maybe he is. Before she takes her final breath, let us find a place for her to rest. Take my final breath? Are you aware that I'm a living ghost? He sighed deeply and stared at me with a look of total boredom.
先ほど申し上げたはずです。私は死者を管理する立場にあると。
I told you before I'm in charge of keeping track of the
そ
dead.
のような仕事についているのですから、 知っていてもおかしくないと、そう思うのが常識ではありませんか？
Is it really that shocking that I'd know your status given my job? I'm sorry, I guess I didn't think of that.
聞いた方が早いって思う方が常識だろ。
Probably would have just been easier for him to explain it.
まったくもって嘆かわしい。考える前に言葉を口にし、わからないことは何でも他者を頼る。
How lamentable. Use your brain before you speak and think things through for yourself before asking others.
そのように甘えた精神だからこそ、
How much
あなたの
hairspray
魂は生死をさまよっているのでしょうね。
does it take to get this hairstyle? Like how much, like, have you seen those like TikToks where they talk about idols putting hairspray on like their forehead so when they do this their bangs don't move? My bangs didn't move, but I didn't shake my head that hard. Is that what he's doing? So foolish. It's no wonder your soul ended up as a living ghost caught between life and death. Hey, that's a bit much. My vision unfocused once again, and I found it so hard to stay standing.
これはいけない。さあ、彼女をこちらへ。
That's no good. Come on, bring her this way.
は？何言ってんの？
What are you saying?
私が運んで差し上げるのですよ。あなたも疲れた顔をしていますから、彼女を抱えるのは大変でしょう。
I'll carry her for you. You look quite tired yourself. It must be difficult holding her like that. Koyo is fine with me, so
余裕だから気にしないで。
I can carry her no problem.
おい、こいつに触んな。
Get your hands off of her. I was like a rag doll as the two of them pulled me back and forth. I wish they wouldn't shake me like
落
this.
ち着きなさい。彼女を抱きかかえたところで
Calm
愛して
yourself.
しまうことはありませんから。
It's not as though I'd fall madly in love with your girlfriend simply by holding her in my arms.
その発言が無理。キモい。こいつに触るの変態が映る。
Will you stop saying all that weird stuff? It's gross. You're acting super creepy. Everything's fading to black. They argued as they jerked me back and forth. Yet I found myself slipping ever deeper into the darkness. Oh no! Oh no! We gotta save and go to the other route. Oh no! Ah, close your eyes. Close your eyes. You didn't see it. Okay. Not y'all arguing while she's fading away. Right? She's out here dying, guys. Okay, should I start his here? We'll save his here. Koyo! Okay, great. Now, let's load Seiya's. Please wait for me. I mean us. I mean us. Good catch, good catch. Alright, that's 17, 1716, 1701. Alright, 1716. How does this one go? What's the big deal? What makes her so dangerous? Given how serious he was, I couldn't help but ask. Oh, wait. Should I do this or the insanity right now? Should I get to his route or should I do insanity and then get to his route? Because she's insane in one of these. Let's do the insanity first. Let's do insanity just to see what it looks like. Because, like, let me... Like, look at this. Look how insane she is. She's crazy. I don't know how far back this one is, though. But hey, we're gonna start a route, maybe? I don't think it matters. I already asked about the mask. How far back is this one? Given how serious he was, I couldn't help but ask.
あんたは知らなくていい。
You don't need to know. It's the same response as
お
before.
願いだから一人にならないで。 何かあってからじゃ遅いから。
I forgot. I have this thing set to the font changes color when I've previously read it, so it helps you know when you can skip again. I'm begging you, just don't go alone. If you wait till something bad happens, it's too late. Fine.
後でセナの様子見に行ってもいい？
There's that font change I was looking for. Got it. In that case, I'll just stay at school all day today. I didn't think she could hurt me. Wait, why did it cut to there? That's not my first unread. Oh, this is after. Okay, this is after we came to check on him to make sure he was fine and to tell him that she's not his girlfriend. Got it, got it. I don't think she can hurt me there since Kuraha would be with me along with another friend I've made. I could resume my search for the missing pieces once everything else got sorted. Besides, I couldn't use the rest of the day to try to contact the spirit board.
言われてみれば確かに意外と安全なのかもしれないな。
I think you're right. School actually might be safer than I
学
thought.
校なら人がたくさんいるし、おかしなことはできないもんね。
There'll be a lot of people at school. She won't be able to do anything there. It wasn't just Koyo, even Sena even, who thought we were alive, agreed it would be a safe place to go. Sena, who thought we were alive. I asked them to take me to the nurse's office and stay there until evening. I waited until school was over and then went to approach the room to use the spirit board. See, it knows me. There's going to be a few questions here. Do I want to know? Am I really dead? There weren't very many hospitals in Nirimigahama with inpatient facilities. The largest one, the one with one my mom worked at, was Sagan Hospital. If I were in any hospital, I'd be there. He told me that he could come along because he was worried, but I had no idea what condition my body was in. I didn't want anyone to see me like that, so I asked him to wait for me outside and I went to the hospital alone. One by one, I checked the nameplates on the hospital rooms until I found the one with my name. I walked in slowly. How long are you planning to stream? I have about another hour I can stream, which is why I should probably just get them to the right spot. I had a later start today because I had issues in the morning getting started. Everything was not right. But I might stream tomorrow. If I will, I'll post about it tonight. If I do stream tomorrow, I might not. Because tomorrow is the first day of Pride, and I might be helping my sister get set up with the booth that she's running at Pride in the morning, and then I work in the afternoon. So I might do that instead of streaming. And then Sunday, I might have a small stream. But I'm still waiting to find out. I'm not 100% sure what's going to go down. The room was white, clean, a spacious private room. I saw someone sleeping. Heartbeat. There was bandages everywhere. Is that me? My body shook and I fell down onto my knees. I'm gonna skip things I know I've read even though they say I haven't read them. Right. My sister stared down at me and smiled. My mom looked exhausted.
確かに。
Only a matter of time before she wakes up. My
あの
mom
人の
starts to
時と同じ。
cry.
それは違うよ。
She's
この
gonna
子は
wake
絶
up.
対に
Leah's gonna wake up. I sense something's about to happen.
今日はもう遅いし。
Let's go home. The two left. Have to find a way to wake up. What am I supposed to do? Sayaka's face appeared in my mind. She had wanted to follow the same path as me. That's why she cast that spell. As I thought these things, the door opened. The person I was thinking about walked in. She came up beside my sleeping body, pursed her lips tightly, and cast a sorrowful gaze upon me. I'm so sorry, Leah. Sayaka. When I finally returned to my body, I wonder if I would just end up following Sayaka's path.
私いろいろ試したんだけどあなたを
I was
救う
gonna
ことが
play
できていなくて。
I'm gonna play it Paint Me after your stream, just because one of my favorite devs plan to release the first episode of her third game when stars collide. Oh. Are they streaming it? I wanna finish it before the star collides up first episode. Okay. See, Asia, I have aspirations to be as good at you about playing games. I'm so bad. I tried everything I could think of, but I just couldn't save you. She seemed unable to stop blaming herself because she couldn't speak to me.
次のは成功するはず。
But there is something I can do.
一人早く
I'll find you in the
霊
spirit
界
world.
に行く方法。
The dev's gonna be doing something different with her third game. Oh, nice. My path, it's impacted hers as well.
私、あなたのためなら何でもするよ。
I'll do anything for you. Please come
Got
back to me. Anything. Her words began to frighten me. It was odd. I felt a searing pain in my chest. Sayaka's face turned pale and she frantically pushed the buttons to call the nurse. Her actions startled me. The previously weak sound of my heart monitor began to speed up. What's going on? In pure panic, Sayaka walked past me. She headed towards the window. She opened the window and climbed through it, a gust of wind rushing into the room.
そっちに行くから。私が行くまで。こらえて。
I'll be right there. Hold on until I get there. No, Sayaka! I leapt up from the ground towards her. She threw herself out the window. I reached for her, but she was gone. I gazed down from the open window. Blood. There was so much blood. Sayaka, look. Look this way. Smile for me. Ending. Finally, we meet. Okay. See what that looks like in here. Oh no. Oh wait, do we not have one for mems? Or do I have to finish it to get it? That one up there is probably it. Alright, did it! We did it! Dun dun dun.
それなら僕が彼女についているよ。
In that case, I'll go with her. Really? You don't mind?
いいっていうか、そうしたいんだ。心配でたまらないからね。
Mind? It would be my pleasure. Besides, I'm worried about you too. I felt bad for troubling him, but his words filled my heart with joy. Even though, from his perspective, we only met today, he seems to care about me. That might be overstating it.
そうしてくれると助かる。サンキュー、セナ。
That would be a big help. Thank you, Sena.
俺はレイカと決着つけてくるわ。
I'm gonna go settle things up with Reika. Koyo spoke with a determined smile on his face. I felt a sharp pang in my chest. I hope he'll be alright. Oh yeah, thank you, font that changes color so I know it's already been read before. These questions are the same. The answers are the same. I'm gonna find out. I'm not dead after all. I'm hitting the wrong stick. The first episode's gonna be a prologue, first chapter and sector chapter for the third game. Is that the entire game? Is it gonna be 3 chapters? Or is that just the demo? How many chapters are there? As soon as I entered the hallway, I looked around for Sena, but... Huh. I searched restlessly for him before finding him towards the end of the hall. Hi, Sena. Sorry to keep you waiting.
あ、終わったんだ。長かったね。
Are you finished? I'm glad to hear that. I was able to learn a lot. What are you looking at?
ああ、壁に貼られてる行事とか部活動の写真だよ。
By the way, just in case it wasn't intentional, the bot on Discord didn't ping everyone. Really? I put at everyone? Maybe I should fix it. I just added the bot to see if I could use that for announcements going forward. Thank you for letting me know. I'll edit it just to see if I can get it to do it right. Interesting, interesting. I'm learning. How many episodes? But it's going to have 2 chapters in Where the Star Collides. It added everyone to the stream URL. Don't. It also cut off my name. Does that even link here? Interesting. I'll modify it. We'll modify it. I just added that today because I saw my friend was using it on theirs, and I was like, oh, I don't even have to remember that. It'll do it automatically. And then I waited to make sure it posted it, but I guess I didn't double check. Just looking at the various events and the club activities, there are posters on the wall
僕も
here.
この学校に通っていたから懐かしくてさ。
I went to this school too, you know? This is really bringing me back. That's right. Sena mentioned that yesterday.
紅葉も僕もここで青春したな。
Koyo and I grew up together.
自分のなりたい夢を叶えるためにいろんな苦労をしたけどすごく楽しくてさ。
It was a lot of hard work to make my dreams come true, but it was also so much fun.
僕も紅葉も早いうちから進路が決まっていてね。叶えるために必死だった。
Both Koyo and I decided on our paths in life early on, and we both worked so hard to make them a reality. Future path. If I wanted to wake up, I had to grapple with the task this God had given me, which meant I needed to find my own path. When I saw Sena's face beaming with joy, I was tinged with a feeling of envy. What do I want to be? I was thinking about this again. I felt a shadow cross over my heart.
大丈夫？
Hey, are you alright? I wasn't sure how long I'd been lost in my own thoughts, but when I came to, Sena was staring at me. I'm fine.
おかしいんだけどさ。
It's
君
strange.
の辛そうな表情を見ると胸が締め付けられるほど痛いんだ。
When I see you struggling with your thoughts like that, I feel a pain in my chest as well. Oh,
今日君に会ってからずっと思っていたんだけど。
even though I only just met you today, I can't stop thinking about
君
you.
に言われた通り僕は忘れているのかもしれない。
It's just as you said. Perhaps I really did forget about you. I know you forgot about me, my guy. I'm telling you facts. I'm here with the facts, yo. I know what you did, and I forgive you. Sena. I felt my chest tighten. Was it really okay for me to wake up? If I found what I wanted my path in life to be, if I was really fully ready to wake up, could I really leave him here like this?
忘れているなら思い出したい。だからそれまで待っていてくれるかな。
If I've forgotten you, I want to remember, so until I do, please wait for me. Of course I'll wait. As I spoke, Sena smiled kindly. I smiled back at him, but my heart was filled with a mixed feeling.
そういえばこっくりさんをやるって言っていたけど。
That reminds me, you said you were going to play with the spirit board,
まさ
right?
か本当に会えたなんてことないよね。
Did it actually work? No, right? Well, what should I tell him? I tried everything I could think of, but nothing seemed to work.
まあそうだよね。叫び声とか聞こえてこなかったし。
That figures. I didn't hear any screams or anything. Scream?
ほら、成功したら10円玉が動くって言うじゃん。そんな現象起きたら僕なら大絶叫だよ。
If you manage to communicate with the spirit board, the coin moves on its own, right? I'd scream if that happened. I guess you're right. That would be pretty scary. After seeing how Sena reacted to Hibiki yesterday, I knew he was truly terrified of the supernatural. Oh, that's right. I better bring these tools back to Hibiki. Conversely, I didn't want Sena freaking out again. Maybe I'll just return them later. With that in mind, I guided us out of the building, ensuring we avoided the staircase with Hibiki's mirror. That's rude. Return his stuff. For now, I thought it was best to go to the hospital. I knew where my body would be. At least that's what I thought. Sena won't go with you. On the way to the hospital, I became distressed. The reason being,
君を守るって紅葉に約束してるから一人にさせられないよ。
I promised Koyo I'd protect you. I can't let you go alone, buddy. That's what Sena had said as he tried to follow me to the hospital. Get the feeling if we go further, his memory will reset. If that happens, I would have to explain everything all over. It's just a hospital. I'll be fine.
だから僕も行くって言ってるじゃない。
I said I'd go with you. It's really kind of you to offer to help. As we were talking, Sena stopped immediately. And here we go.
あれ僕は
What Sena. I stopped walking and turned around to look at him. Sena's face winced in pain as he fell on his knees. Sena, stay with me. Where does it hurt?
苦しい。
It hurts so bad. Without knowing what this meant, all I could do was bend down and try to support him. What should I do?
大丈夫。
I'm alright.
収まって。
I just need a minute. As he spoke, his breathing kept getting weaker and weaker. Take it slow. I'm right here with you.
でももう夕方だし急いで病院に行かないと受付終了しちゃうから。
Getting late. If you don't hurry, the reception desk will close. I thought his memories would have reset again. Does Sena remember? He absolutely remembers.
よくわからないんだけど。
Don't really understand it. Then he caught his breath and he stood up.
さっきの痛みは今に始まったことじゃない気がするんだ。
The pain I felt, it feels like it wasn't the first time.
君に抱いた既視感と同じで
I just realized he's
心
giving
臓が
off
痛むのも初めてじゃない気がして。
tuxedo mask in his casual clothes vibes. Like the high pants, the baggy shirt. Not really baggy, the form-fitting baggy sleeves. It's like the deja vu I have whenever I'm around you. This pain in my heart. This wasn't the first time I felt it. His heart. Could it be that illness Sena died from had something to do with his heart? I couldn't know for sure. Perhaps the hospital brought back some memories of his illness. If that was the case, taking him to the hospital would be very difficult. I think it would be best if I went on my own.
大丈夫だって。
I'm fine. The closer we get to the hospital, the more likely it is that you'll forget me again. I didn't totally understand it either, but it's the truth. I want you to remember me, Sena. That's why I don't want you to go with me. The words weren't just for Sena. That was how I felt as well. Please, please try to understand. I took his silence as affirmation and began making my way to the hospital. I was like, pieces. When I arrived at the hospital, I checked the names of the rooms one by one until I finally found. When I finally found the one with my name, my legs stiffened. I'd expected this, but I suddenly felt anxious. This has all been done before. There was no joy. I wasn't alive. I was being kept alive. Is this me? My body shook. I fell to my knees. Okay. It's not letting me skip it because technically it's happened differently, but my mom looked exhausted. Looks better. She's not gonna be like that. She will wake up. It's getting late. Let's go home. After the two of them left, all I could do was stand stunned. I have to find a way to wake up soon. I couldn't keep worrying my family like this. Just as I was about to stand up, I felt a presence standing next to me. Looking up, I saw Koyo and... Sena?
どういうこと？
What's going on?
あんた生きてるの？
You're alive? Both Koyo and Sena looked at me with shocked expressions on their faces. I stood up and began to explain things to them. I'm a living ghost. It seems I'm still alive.
そうよかった本当に。
Seriously, that's great. I'm so glad. Koyo sighed with relief as he spoke, but Sena looked pale, staring aghast at the scene that was unfolding before him. What are you two doing here?
病院の前でよたよた歩いているセナがいてさ。
I saw Sena hobbling around in front of the
苦
hospital.
しそうにしてるのに、どうしても病院に行くって聞かなくて。
He looked like he was in a ton of pain, but he insisted on coming to the
あんた
hospital.
に信じてほしいんだって。何があっても忘れないって。
He kept saying he wanted you to believe in him. That he wouldn't forget you. No matter what.
あんたの
Sena.
おかげでセナは前に進めてる。そんな気がするよ。
It's all thanks to you that Sena made it this far. That's how I see it anyways. I'm glad to hear that. Turning my gaze to Sena, I saw him standing still, stunned by what he had seen. Seeing two of me, he seemed unable to process everything. That person lying on the bed there, that's the real me. I wasn't sure how telling Sena all of this would affect him. But having him come this far, I thought it best to expose him to more of what was really going on. The version of me you see standing here is my spirit. I'm a ghost. And someday I'll return to that body. Sena seemed too stunned to speak. He kept shifting his eyes towards me, between me and standing before him and me in the bed. His eyes seemed to be wandering somewhere, fighting between dream and reality. Sena! Snap out of it! Sena!
大丈夫。こんな痛み、なんともない。
I'm fine. This pain, it's nothing.
僕は生きていなきゃいけないんだから。
I have to keep living. Oh no, Sena.
あんたは死んでるんだよ。
You're dead, Sena. Koya, what are you?
セナ、今感じてる痛みは幻だ。気づけよ、お願いだから。
Sena, the pain you're feeling right now, it's not real. For God's sakes, please try to remember.
病院に連れてくるたびに記憶なくして、でも今やっとここまで来れてる。
Every time I tried to bring you to the hospital, your memories reset. Now you're finally
いい
here.
加減認めてくれよ。
I'm begging you,
すでに亡くなってるんだって。
please accept you're dead. I couldn't be sure if it was because of Koyo's desperate pleas, but Sena's breathing slowed.
冗談言わないでよ。
Stop joking around. I can't be dead.
笑えない。
But you're not laughing. When he finished speaking, he collapsed on the spot. Sena, my guy! Damn it. Koyo picked Sena up from the floor, and just as we were about to leave the room, the door suddenly slid open. And in trudged an ashen-faced Sayaka. Sayaka! Concerned. She needed my attention. Sorry. Huh?
私
Tried
でも
everything. Again, this is just
次
because
の
it's a
は
different
成
route.
功
It's the
する
same.
はず
I'll find you in the spirit world. Her eyes were empty. I felt an unpleasant stir in my chest.
セナがぶっ倒れようが、もう死んでるんだから悪化する
Oh,
こと
look,
はない
it's。different. Koyo dropped Sena to the floor and put the phone out of his pocket. Koyo, what are you? I don't care about Sena right now. He's already dead. He can't get any
緊急
worse.
性で言えば、こっちのが高い。
Frankly, I'm more worried about that. Just as before you put the phone or ring. You're calling Sayaka?
そう。ほら、手。
Quick, give me your hand. Did this feel the same uneasiness? What's this? I quickly took
もしもし。
his hand.
聞こえますか？
Can you hear me? This might be the same. She looked around the room. I called out. It's me. Seriously, you can't believe this. Shock. Ah. I heard all the previous ones, Sayaka. I'm sorry too.
そんなあな
Didn't do anything wrong. I want you to know I'm okay. I'll be home soon. Started crying. Looked like this.
私もう
Didn't want to be alone. It's okay. I promise next time we'll figure things out. We'll cheer each other on. I'll be home soon. Wait there for me. Just wait, yo.
時間切れ。
Out of time. Thanks, Koyo. Thank you, Koyo. I knew that he had given me as much time as possible. He exhaled with a tired look on his face, and I bowed deeply with gratitude. Sayaka was still there in the hospital room, but she wore a different expression. I comforted her. Koyo carried Sena and brought us to the park where the three of us had watched the stars the night before. I really like the common route, the urban legend, the way it's leading to Koyo and Sena's route. Yeah, I like how it's gentle. I'm really excited for this game for how each route kind of starts differently too. So like there's so much different things happening in each of the routes. I appreciate that. Instead of it just being like one long common route, it's like 4 shorter common routes. And I appreciate it. Plus their stories are sweet. Koyo carried Sena and brought us to the park where the three of us watched the stars. Koyo laid him down roughly under the twinkling stars. Hey, be careful.
俺なら許される。ずっとこいつに付き合ってきてんだから。
Give me a break. I've been carrying this guy for a long time. Koyo had an uncharacteristically irritated look on his face as he spoke. Don't do this to me. How many letters is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's a 21 letter word. But thinking about it with Koyo said, I realized how much truth there was in his words. The way he cried from the hospital before. How many times had Koyo said those same words to Sena? Where am I? Sena! Seeing him try to get up, I rushed over to him and gave him a soft smile. Oh good, it looks like he's okay. And then he's like, who are you? I instinctively looked around for Koyo. He was already leaving, his back was to us, and he was walking away. He must feel so frustrated. I felt a sharp pang in my heart as I watched him leave.
僕倒れたんだよね。
I collapsed, didn't I? You remember?
覚えてるよ。
Yeah, I remember all of it.
ごめんね。
But do you remember all of it? You can say I remember everything and not remember a damn thing. I must have looked pretty stupid back there. Don't say that. He smiled bashfully up at me and outstretched his hand.
握手。
Will you shake my hand? Huh? Now? Puzzled, I held out my hand towards him and his thin fingers wrapped around mine. As goes, there should have been no warmth there. Strangely, his hand felt warm to me as I reflected on how uncanny it was. He pulled me by the hand and into a warm embrace. Hey, Leah.
思い出すのが遅くなって。
I'm sorry it took me so long to remember you. You really do remember me.
さっき起きた時から頭がすっきりしていて。
I wonder why he has to deal with this loop, the loop of losing his memory. It's because, from my understanding, this is from my understanding, I could be wrong. He's in such a strong denial that he is dead that it's making him do this internally because his crutch is that he died when he was starting to rise into fame, and so he's trapped in a memory of before he got sick and ended in the hospital. As soon as I woke up just now, it's like my mind is totally
目の前
clear.
に一目惚れをした人がいたから抱きしめずにはいられなかったんだ。
I saw the girl I fell in love with at first sight. I couldn't help but hold to her. Not this
一
again.
目惚れっていうのは嘘だったけど
Okay, perhaps it
君に
wasn't
恋
love
を
at
して
first
い
sight,
るのは本当だよ。
but I do love her. What?
毎日君に会うたび思いが募っていったんだ。
Every day I met you, I fell for you little by
生
little.
きていた時を繰り返すだけの
I wanted to stop
止
the
まってし
clock
まった時間の中で
and keep repeating the time I was
君
alive.
との初めましてが
But then
嫌になっ
you
てね。
came along, see?
もっと同じ時を重ねていきたいって
And for the first time, I want to move
そう
forward.
僕に思わせてくれた。
He wants to be famous but died. I wonder what illness he has. I wonder if they'll talk about it in his route. Probably cancer, because he's so young and he was hospitalized for a long time. For the first time, I want to move forward.
そんな君だったから僕は時計の針を未来に進めたいと願えたんだと思う。
Oh, he's got such princely vibes right now. I need to fix something to eat. Ooh, okay, I had chicken nuggies. They were shaped like dinosaurs. I wanted the clock to move because otherwise I'd never truly meet you, Leah.
だから僕は必死に自分に抗った。
For so long, I resisted. I was in denial about the fact that I was dead.
あと紅葉のあの叫びも聞いたみたい。すごく感情に訴えてきて。
The way Koyo spoke to me before seems to have an effect too. There's so much pain in his voice.
あんな表情させていたんだって思ったら悔しくて。
I was so frustrated with myself when I realized I was the one that caused
死
his
んだこ
pain.
とを認めずに生きていた時を夢見ていたのは
I kept living in a fantasy
僕の
pretending I was alive because I was too weak to face my own death. You don't need to blame yourself. If you can remember everything now, I think that means you've gotten stronger.
そうだといいな。
I certainly hope that that's the case.
でもまだ僕は弱いみたい。眠くなってきているんだ。
I think I'm still rather weak. I've grown quite tired.
眠ってしまうと記憶がリセットされて
If I fall asleep, I'm worried my memories will reset and I'll forget you again.
忘れてしまう。
Oh, don't go to sleep. You don't have to. You're a ghost.
それが怖くて
That scares me worse than death. Oh,
たま
good.
らないよ。
That's what we needed to do. We had to scare him worse than death. It's okay. I'll stay with you as long as it takes for you to remember. Because I'm falling for you too, Sena. And then, after a while, I know you'll say those words to me again. I love you.
ありがとう。そういう君だから
Thank you.
僕は好きになったんだ。
It's no wonder I've fallen for you.
起きた時もし君を忘れていても
Even if I forget you when I
何
wake
度で
up
も
tomorrow,
恋しちゃうから。
I want you to know I love you. I'm glad to hear that. I'm already looking forward to our date tomorrow.
それは楽しみすぎて忘れられないな。
Me too. So much so that I don't know how I could possibly forget. Let's find out. Those were the last words he spoke before his body and eyelids grew heavy. He lay down gently on the grass and I laid down beside him. Listening to him gently breathe, I looked up at the night sky and made a wish on a shooting star. Please remember me. Please, please, please remember me. Oh my goodness. Look at these. This is gorgeous. This man. I still have about 30 minutes I can play, so I'm going to go ahead and start it, just even though it's not going to get very far. So pretty. I love all the art, all the things they put to this. Like again, I already said this. Like I love this design. So like the colors and stuff, it makes me happy. I stared at the stars for a long time. Eventually, the morning sun began to break. Sitting on the grass on the park, I turned over to look at Sena, who had fallen asleep. Using his arm as a pillow, he had fallen fast asleep while staring at the stars. It was just as the urban legend had said, the former star staring up at the stars. Just then, his head began to move. Sena, do you remember me? His memory seemed to reset every time he'd fall asleep. If that happened again, he'd forget everything from yesterday, including his words of love. The more I thought about it, the more my chest ached. No, it's not about me. What I truly wish was for Sena to realize he was dead.
死んだことを悔やんでいる。生き返ら
Yeah, it's fine. Sena's memory was constantly resetting so he could pretend to be alive. If only he would accept his death, he'd find a way to get closer to crossing over. I wish Sena could relinquish his dream that he has in life. It was easy for me to think that, but for Sena, it would be nearly impossible. The small waking noises reached my ears, and Sena slowly opened his eyes. Do you remember me? I felt so much fear as I watched him blink his eyes while he looked back at me. I think he's forgotten. I felt a sudden pain in my chest. Up until now, when he said nice to meet you, I was shocked but okay. But after everything that happened, if he said the same thing, I pretend to be a fan. Flirt with him. Just kidding. Alright. I don't know. I don't even know. I still don't even know. Now that I'm on his route, like, status. Okay. Okay. No sanity here, okay. An artist for an upcoming visual novel game, Crime City, Orpheus is part of a team that working on a webtoon. It involves with death too. How did you know I'm so attracted to like death? Like, oh my gosh. Have you seen these TikToks with the Death Eaters from Harry Potter? I'm like, oh my god, I didn't realize that was my type after all. Now I get why they had so many followers. I had made a promise to him. If he forgot, I'd tell him everything again. A small voice in my head told me that if it was just going to hurt him, why bother? No matter how much it hurt, even if it was only for a moment, I'd have to make him remember. I can't give up. Sena, please remember me. You and I are...
君と恋人同士だよね。
Leah, you and I are lovers, right? As he spoke, he touched my cheek with his hand.
恋人っていうのはまだ早かったかな。君はまだ僕を好きじゃなくて気になっている程度だったもんね。
Well, maybe it's too soon to say lovers. And it's probably too early for you to say you love me, but you're at least interested. MC's trying to save her sister's soul, but the Angels of Death is an asshole. That's hot. I like that. I like that concept. Persephone, let's go. Let's go. Well...
笑顔もいいけど照れている顔もかわいい。
Anyway, MC's gonna have to accept her sister's death. I mean, you can't always bring them back. Your smile's great, but your flustered face is so cute too. I wasn't sure my heart could handle this roller coaster of emotion.
思い出させてくれようとしてありがとうね。
Okay, but do
辛い顔させてごめん。
you know you're dead? I just need to know that too. Please tell me. That's why I'm bringing it up, because Sena needs to accept his death. But the thing is, if she's alive, she can't be with him, right? She's like, sorry, I'm not coming back because I want to date a dead guy. Bye, best friend. And her friend's like, what? Thank you for helping me remember. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you.
何度眠って目が覚めても僕は君を忘れたりしないから。
I promise from now on, no matter how many times I close my eyes, I will never forget you. I'm so relieved you remember me.
心配させちゃったよね。でもちゃんと覚えてるよ。
I'm sorry for making you worry. I remember you.
君が優しくて可愛らしい。とても素敵な女の子ってことも。
You're so sweet, so cute. You really are a wonderful girl. That's better. Actually, I went to a musical on Wednesday and it was called Funny Girl. So think of it that way. Wonderful girl.
本当は生きていて、じきに帰っちゃうことも。
I just remembered I was going to post a link to one of the songs. So I went and saw Falling in Reverse on Tuesday night. And then we went to Funny Girl yesterday. The day before yesterday. And then next week, which is why I was like, I'm going to have to post a schedule because it's going to be weird. We have a Halloween party on the weekend. We have plans to go to a haunted house. There's so much. I feel bad that he has to deal with this. Like, he's going to be famous, but now he's dead. It's like, you're so close to your dream, but dang, bullshit happened and you died. I mean, yeah. It's trash. Like, the The thing is, it's very realistic. There's so many people who have so much aspiration inside of them, that have so much talent inside of them, and they never get to shine. Um, for multiple reasons, not just death. And that's just it's a horrible feeling. It's very realistic, and I don't like how much it's relatable. I remember that you're alive and that you'll be returning soon, right? Yeah. That's right. Yesterday I explained everything to him in the hospital. I'm glad he remembers. His eyes looked sadly at me and I choked on my
ま
words.
さか夕べからずっとここにいたわけ？
Have you guys been here since last night? I leapt up in surprise when I saw him. Koyo! We got big news. Sena remembered me. I think that means he remembers at...
どういうこと？
Wait, slow down. What?
君はテンパってるみたいだから僕から伝えるよ。
Yeah, I remember you told me
実は
everything
ね、
when you were having that temper tantrum in the hospital, actually. Then just as Sena's about to explain everything,
さすがにこの時間はなくない？幽霊が出るのって夜でしょ？
just as I thought, nowhere to be seen. Ugh, I told you, ghosts only come out at night.
それはそうなんだけど、でも昼に見た人もいるらしいし。
Yeah, but there are people who've seen them during the day.
そんなん絶対嘘。だって星を眺める青年なんでしょ？星出てないじゃん。
The sun is also a star. Excuse me. No way, that's gotta be fake. Young man looking at the stars. Myth, right? There aren't even stars. Well,
ほら、もう行くよ。学校に遅刻しちゃう。
let's go. We're gonna be late for class.
じゃあ放課後また来よう。ね、お願い。お昼おごるから。
For a moment, I thought it was gonna be Reika. Same, actually. Let's at least come back after school, please. Please, I'll buy you lunch. As we heard the conversation between the passing students, we looked at each other. They were talking about Sena just now, right?
セナ、相変わらず人気あんな。
Sena's as popular as ever.
嬉しいな。死んでも会いに来てくれるファンがいるとか幸せ者だよね。
That makes me happy. Even in death, there are still fans flocking to see me. I'm so lucky.
今、死んでもって言った。
Did you say death just now?
彼女たちのおかげで説明する手間が省けたみたい。
I guess the two of them saved me the trouble of having to explain it. Sena spoke lightly before trying to pick up a flower from near his feet.
手がすり抜けてる。面白いね。幽霊の体って。
Look at that! My fingers went through it. As he spoke, Sena almost looked like he was enjoying himself. I got the feeling that he might be faking it to not seem emotional. He's like inside, he's like, I'll never be a star. Koyo, on the other hand, was left in stunned silence.
ようやくわかったんだ。
Yes, I finally know now.
本当の僕はもう死んでて、幽霊になってから今までずっと
I really am
僕
dead.
は現実から目をそらしてたって。
Ever since I died and became a ghost, I've been unable to come to grips with that.
気づけたのは彼女のおかげでもあるし、紅葉のおかげでもあるんだ。
I don't trust his smile because he's acting fine. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't want people to worry, right? He's a very kind person, so it makes sense. These two have very similar personalities on the inside. The reason I was finally able to face reality is thanks to her and to you, Koyo.
昨日病院で僕に気づかせようと必死で訴えてくれたよね。
Yesterday at the hospital, you pleaded for me to understand. I want to hug them both.
昨日だけじゃない。これまで何度も紅葉は僕に知らせてくれていた。
Actually, that's not right. It wasn't just yesterday. I know you've been trying to make me accept it for some
ごめん
time.
ずっと無視をしてしまって。
Blue!
あ
Hello.
りがとう。
I'll warn you in advance. I'm only going to be streaming for about another 30 minutes because I do work today. But we're finally on a route, which means on Tuesday we will be doing a route. Yay! And I might do a small stream tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be 9 R.I.P. because it's going to be a very short stream if I stream tomorrow. I'm sorry, I always turn away, and thank you. Koyo let out a deep sigh before a gentle smile appeared on his face.
気づいたんならそれでいい。
How far have you gotten in your game,
今まで
Blue?
がどうあれな。
The past doesn't matter. I'm just glad you understand now. As he said that, a soft smile crept up on Sena's face. Thank goodness. Then Koyo turned to me before bowing deeply. What are you
俺
doing?
だけじゃない。あんたのおかげでもあるから。
It wasn't just me. This couldn't have happened without you.
本当にありがとう。
Leah, thank you so much. You're so welcome. I'm just happy I could help. I haven't touched 9 R.I.P, but I got an hour on the Genso Manijik. Oh, how did you like it? I think I have that one pre-ordered. Since the kids are on break from school, I haven't been home. Ooh, what'd you guys do? Koyo slowly looked up and laughed with the brightest smile.
二人のおかげで気づけたし、これからは幽霊として楽しもうかな。
Thanks to you both, I finally understand. Now I just need to enjoy my life as a ghost. I'm loving the game and the color palettes and the aesthetic. Ooh. I'll comment after the ad's gone for Blue. Hearing those words from Sena, Koyo expression tightened and he sat down on the spot.
楽しむのはいいけど、成仏することも頭に入れておいて。
Painting pumpkins! They're baking cookies. Oh my god. I guess you're free to enjoy it, but you really should focus on crossing over.
何があって心が病んで悪霊になるかわからないから。
First things first, you can't allow your heart to be corrupted, otherwise you might become a wraith.
悪霊か。
A wraith, huh?
あんまり詳しくは知らないけど、良くないものなのはわかるよ。
I may not understand the details, but that certainly doesn't sound good.
でも、大丈夫。心が病むなんてことはないから。
But alright, I won't allow my heart to be corrupted. I won't become evil.
これまでのことを踏まえると説得力ないな。セナはメンタル弱そう。
Sorry, based on everything, I just don't buy that. Sena, you don't have much willpower.
そんなことないもん。
Totally not true.
僕のことより、こうよは、やらなきゃいけないことがあるでしょ。ほら、昨日の子。
Besides,
Reika-chan.
Koyo, you have way less willpower than me. Remember that girl from yesterday, Reika? I forgot. That's right. Did everything turn out okay?
俺の方は気にしなくていい。意外な協力者が現れたから。
Don't worry, I found someone to help me out. Someone to help you out? Does he mean
二人は
Kuraha?
自分のこと考えて、
No
セナ
more
は成仏
ads.
するように。あんたは体に戻るように。
Oh,
いい。
yay, Blue! Thank you for subscribing. I think you hit my threshold. I was talking about this earlier. I should have my next payout for Twitch. I don't make a lot on Twitch. It's going to be $50 and I can use it towards something on the stream. So if there's anything you want to see on the stream, I could start saving for it. Yeah. Like pictures and things. You two focus on yourself. Sena, you focus on crossing over. Leah, you focus on getting back in your body. Got it? Okay. He's right. I've got to keep moving forward.
セナ、返事は？
Sena, you got it? Ooh,
No.
what about LED lights?
わかったよ。
Like for back here. I want to put some lights back here, especially for Halloween. I just want like a red light to glow over all the bookshelves. Because if it's in front, I don't know how it's going to look. That's a good idea. I could glow so much. Here, have a glow up here. Alright, got it. What's wrong with Sena? His face seems kind of gloomy.
でも、とりあえず今日は、彼女とデートする日だからね。
But for Tay at least, I've got plans. She and I are going on a date. Oh, that's
ひ
right!
っどい忘れてたんだ僕はすっごく楽しみにしたのに
Did you forget? I was looking forward to it. No, it's not like that. I was just more worried about whether or not you'd remember me, Sena.
僕に思いを募らせていたなら許す
If you're worrying about me, I guess I can forgive you. When you put it that way, it was kind of embarrassing. Seen as he normally forgets all about me, this is a big improvement.
まあ楽しむのはいいけど、ほ
Well,
どほどにして。
It's okay if you two enjoy yourself, but don't overdo
ま
it.
たいつ記憶がリセットされないとも限らないんだから。
We can't say for sure whether or not your memories will reset again or not. I guess that's still a possibility. Considering everything that happened so far, it was certainly possible he'd forget about all of this tomorrow.
もう忘れないよ。だって忘れたくないから。
I'm not going to forget. This is to say that my brain. This is to say I don't want to forget. Hearing Sena speak with such certainty, I felt relieved. Then I thought I saw Koyo twice and he pulled something from his pocket. Is that a smartphone?
その気持ち、覚えておけよ。
You stick with that.
それじゃあ、またな。
I'll see you guys later. With that, Koyo stood up and quickly walked away. The phone didn't look like his normal one.
それじゃ僕たちも出かけようか。
Koyo has 2 phones? Shall we head out? Yeah, let's do that. Koyo's strange behavior left me somewhat concerned, but right now I had a promise with Sena to keep. We stood up and began walking to the entrance of the park together. Holding hands? Holding hands, right? Sena perspective. We get a Sena perspective. 2 phones, red flag, right? Because we're not supposed to be able to touch objects unless they're linked to us. And he said his phone doesn't work and he can only use it to talk to the living in a weird way. I need that Koyo CG. Okay. I walked to the park entrance with Leah. Then I stole a glance at her. I always thought she was cute, but today she's looked especially adorable. I missed CGs. Yep. Probably because this was the first day I remembered here. I will show you really quick so you can see CGs. CG Uno. He's all like, hey, you can laugh if you want to. No one can hear you but me. And then he's like, she's like, can I lean on you? And then he's like, okay. It's so cute. I love it. Probably because this was the first day I remembered her.
ね
Yeah.
手を
It's
つないでも
so
いい
cute. Shall we hold hands? Yes! Let's hold hands! Sure. Having been given the okay by Leah, I scooped her hand into mine and intertwined our fingers. I want to see them. That's kind of creepy.
だって幸せなんだもん。
I can't help myself. I'm just so happy. After Leah narrowed her eyes, she smiled. In that case, I guess it can't be helped. She really is so cute. I want to protect her smile. When I woke up earlier, she looked at me anxiously. I feel terrible being the cause of such an expression. Are you listening to me,
あ
Sena?
ごめん
Sorry.
ちょっと考え事しちゃってた
I was just thinking something over. If there's something you're worried about, you should tell me. It might have to do with your lingering regrets. Lingering regrets, huh? If there's anything I can do to help you cross over, Sena, I want to do it.
ありがとう
Okay, thank you. I gave our intertwined hands a little squeeze. I knew that soon I'd have to let her go. Yet for the time being, I wanted to hold her just a little longer. Oh no. Pro tag. Where shall we go for our date? We had left the park but continued to walk with no direction in mind. How about heading to the station to start? There's a lot to do there. Is that okay with you? As I asked this, looking at Sena, my heart skipped a beat. He was looking down at me with a painfully serious expression on
君
his
がここ
face.
に残っているのは僕のため
I wonder if the reason you're still
なのかな?
here is because of me. What's gotten into him all of a sudden? At least it seemed sudden to me, but perhaps Sena had been thinking about this for a while. I diverted my gaze away from him, carefully contemplating the reason I was still here. I began to speak. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about you, Sena, but the truth is I also have my own problems. I still don't know what I'm supposed to do with my future. If I don't figure that out, I don't think I can wake up. Maybe that's the God's intention with all of this. This has to be it.
前にも話してくれたことがあったよね。友達との進路について。
We talked about this before, didn't we? You and your friend's future. Right, we did.
多分
He
詳しい。
remembered. I told him about what happened with
あの
Sayaka.
時は君に新たな夢ができたから友達と同じ大学へは行けないと
At
そう
that
思っていた
time,
んだけど
you had a new dream, and you knew you didn't want to go to the same university as your friend. I wish that were the case. My heart began to grow heavy. Still, I wanted to hear Sena's advice. I looked towards him as if he might be able to save me. I don't have a dream. What I want to do, who I want to be, I don't know the answer to any of those questions. That's why I'm struggling. I shared my worries I'd been carrying on my shoulder with Sena bit by bit. About Sayaka, about not having a dream, about how things had erupted with my mom. After I'd poured everything out, Sena didn't say anything. He merely offered me a warm smile.
話してくれて
Thank you for sharing
あ
with
りが
me.
とう
I should be the one thanking you. Thanks for listening. Talking with you like this, it makes me feel a little better.
それならよかった
I'm glad to hear that. After flashing a friendly grin, Sena turned away from me, gazing into the distance. Perhaps he's thinking about all the things I just told him. Feelings of gratitude and guilt welled up inside of me, and I stared at his thoughtful expression.
それじゃ気を取り直してデートしよっか
Let's clear both of our minds and have a date. All right.
それにしてもこうして堂々と手をつないでいられるのが不思議
Speaking of which, isn't it weird that the two of us are able to hold hands like this?
街中で女の子と手をつなぐなんて記者に知れたらアウトだからさ
Holding hands with a girl on the street, if a reporter saw me, I'd be done for.
それに事務所が恋愛禁止だから女の子と二人でどこかに行くって初めてのシチュエーションだよ
Besides, since romance isn't allowed from the talent within my agency, walking around with a girl like this is a new experience for me. The conversation shifted away from my future plans, and seeing Sena completely in date mode made me giggle. Being a celebrity sure is hard, huh?
大変だけどやりがいがあって僕には恋愛よりも仕事が大事だった
You could say that. For me, though, work was always more important than love.
でももうそれも気にしなくていいし思いっきり楽しむよ
But now I don't have to think about that anymore. I can just enjoy myself. I'll enjoy our date too. That's when Sena said he had a place he wanted to go. He tightly grabbed my hand and pulled me to our destination. 1:30. She's worried. She's worried about me. She's like, aren't you going to be at work at 1? I realized it was trying to distract me with my gloomy and lift my spirits. That made me start to feel more cheerful. Thank you, Sena. I meant the words from the bottom of my heart and felt my mood shift. My body hummed with excitement for our date. It's 4 chapters for each route, right? So we're in chapter 1 right now. So this is where you wanted to come.
うんお参りしたくてね
Yeah, I want to say a prayer. Perfect. So that means 9 chapters between common and there. Look at this. The number 9. After pretending to dip our hands in the ceremonial water, we walked to the shrine.
ここは僕にとって思い出深いところでさ
This place has a lot of
アイドルを目指
memories
す
for
きっ
me.
かけになった場所なんだ
It's a place that inspired me to become an idol. A shrine did.
そう正確に言うとこのつくも神社の夏祭りがきっかけで
That's right. This shrine during the summer festival.
中学生の頃お祭りのカラオケ大会に出て
I was in
優
junior
勝した
high.
んだ
The festival was a karaoke contest. I won first place. And you were so happy from winning that you decided to become an idol?
ちょっと違うかな
Not quite. Sena's eyes glimmered with
大
nostalgia.
会に出場したのはこうように歌が好きなら出てみれば って言われたからでね。
Toya was the one who convinced me to join the competition. He said, what the heck, if you like singing, you should do
出
it.
場するからには歌もだけどダンスも極めたくて夢中になって練習したよ。
I was determined not just to sing but also dance. I practiced like crazy for the
動画を見
competition.
て振りを覚えたりカラオケ屋さんにも毎日通って
I watched and memorized the videos, learned choreography, and went to the karaoke parlors. I couldn't help but smile as I watched Sena reminisce about the past. He sure does love singing and dancing.
そして大会が終わった後優勝したのに心に残ったのは
After the competition, I
寂しさだった
won, but I felt sad at the same time. I didn't feel like I really
達成感があまりなかったんだ。
accomplished anything.
それよりももっと極めたいもっと踊ったり歌ったりしたいって心の底から思って
More than that, I wanted to get better. I wanted to dance more, sing more from the bottom of my heart. So that sparked your desire to become an idol? Sheena nodded.
もしその大会に出てなかったら違う道を考えていたかもしれない。
If I didn't join that competition, I think I would have taken a different path in
初
life.
めは小さなきっかけだったけど
All
や
it
ってみた
took
ら
was a
大きな夢へ変化したんだ。
All it took was a small chance to spark something that became a big dream. Small chance. Listening to him talk about his past, I naturally began reflecting on myself. If I had something like that, would I also have a dream? Can I find something that could make my eyes sparkle like his? When I get back, I think I'll try to do a lot of new things. I'll find something like that to spark my own dreams.
今日はこの神社に感謝の気持ちを伝えたくて来たんだ。
I wanted to come to the shrine today to say thank you. Sena's mouth curved into a gentle smile and he clapped his hands together.
神様が道を示してくれたおかげで僕はこれまで大勢のファンに活動を見てもらいました。
Thanks to God showing me the way, I'm able to experience so much and perform for so many
本
people.
当に今まで
Really and truly thank you.
ありが
Sorry.
当たり前じゃないそれが。
His words were completely different from before. I turned away and bit my lip.
世界に通用するアイドルになりたいなとは思ってたけど
I always wanted to be an idol that
No.
toured the world.
終わりにしなきゃね。
That dream was over now. He mumbled sadly to himself, and I found myself unable to say anything. Seeing my silence, Sena gave me an apologetic smile.
ごめんね締めっぽいこと言って。さあ君もお参りして。
Sorry, I guess I'm kind of dampening the mood there. Anyways, you should pray too. I suppose you're right. I clapped my shaking hands together and slowly closed my eyes. And then I saw a ghost. Please let Sena cross over. Let him forget all this pain, all this sadness. The next place Sena brought me to was the shopping mall.
やっぱり成見ヶ浜でデートするなら映画館もあるここは外せないよね。
We're gonna go on a date in Narimigahama. You've got to see a movie. You want to go to see a movie?
うんそうだよ。映画はいろんな世界に浸れるから
I sure do. Movies allow us to immerse ourselves in all kinds of
見
places.
たことのない景色は可能性を広げてくれるからね。
We can see locations we've never seen before. It opens a world of possibilities.
それに物語の中で学べるものもあるから
Besides, there's so many things we can learn about. That's incredible. I never thought of watching a movie that way before. Opening up a world of possibilities. Hearing Sena say that, I wondered what possibilities might be hidden inside of me. Strange. I never thought there was anything special about me.
それじゃあ早速見に行こっか。
Come on, let's go.
楽しそうなものがいいよね。
Let's find a fun one. Hehe, okay. I couldn't help but wonder what it would be like seeing a movie through his eyes, as I found myself wanting to experience it a little too. After the movie,
あ、ゲームセンターだ。ちょっと寄ってこ。
look, an arcade, let's go check it out. Sena picked one of the large game rooms and stood peering into it, his eyes shining as he did so. Having spent much time at an arcade, haven't spent much time at
芸
an
能
arcade.
界に入ってからはなかなかね。昔はものすごく嫌がる行為を引っ張ってプリクルとか取ったりしてたけど
Not since becoming an idol. I used to drag Koyo here so we could do pictures together in the photo booth. I love pictures in the photo booth. The two of them in a photo booth. Tina with his dazzling smile and Koyo turning away with a sullen face. I imagine that exactly is how it looked.
そういえば、今のプリクルってどんな感じなんだろう。
It's like him like doing all the work and every single photo. Koyo looks the same. Speaking of which, I wonder what the photo booths are like these days. I bet they're a little different than when you used to use them. There's one right over there.
ほんとだ。ちょっと覗いてみよっかな。
You're right, let's go take a peek. Huh? Sena strolled to the photo booth and began looking around. Sena, someone's taking a picture. Huh? Sena struck his face in front of the photo booth. Right after that, I heard a shutter
今の
sound.
撮影で最後だったよね。誰にしよっか。
Imagine. That's the last picture, right? Which one should we choose?
そうだな。
Let's see. Huh?
何これ。後ろに人の顔映ってない？
Is there someone's face in the background? Even without looking at the screen, I knew exactly what they saw.
うわ、
That's not good. Sena got caught on a photo. Seeing as we'd accidentally created a new urban legend of the photo bombing host in the arcade, we quickly left apologizing profusely. To whom? After the shopping mall?
そういえば、君はこの街で好きな場所はある？
Do you have a favorite spot in town? A favorite spot? Mulling the words as I spoke them, the image of my favorite cafe came to mind. Oh, I do have one. I'd love to eat one of their parfaits.
それじゃ、次はそこに行こうか。
Shall we head there next? Yeah, sure. I was initially caught off guard thinking he was just making conversation, but considering a change of scenery might be nice, I led Sena to the cafe.
ここが君のお気に入りの場所か。
This is your favorite place? Yeah, it's not like we can order anything now, but
ここのどのあたりがお気に入りなの？
what about this place do you like? I love the parfaits they have here ever since I was a kid. Even in high school, I always used to come here when I needed a break or reset. As we talked inside the cafe, a flood of memories came rushing back. It's a cafe! A reoccurring figure in those memories was my father. I used to steal and eat little bits of the parfait he ordered when he wasn't looking. This place and the parfaits here have always meant a lot to me. Maybe it's because I like sweets so much that I like this place.
ふーん、そっか。君にご馳走してあげられないのが残念だな。
It's a shame I can't treat you to something right now. That's okay, it's actually just fun being
そう
here.
言ってくれて嬉しいな。
Makes me happy hearing you say that.
ねえ、甘いものが好きならさ、安直だけど、そっちの方面で進路を考えてみるの
If
は
you
どうかな。
like sweet stuff, what about doing something related to that in your future? You were offered a part-time job here, girl. What do you mean? Like being a pastry chef?
それになるのかな。
Maybe. I
提
don't
案しておいて、あまり詳しくなくて
I
ごめん。
don't know. I didn't really have something specific in mind.
でもさ、調べてみるだけでもいいんじゃない？
It's still worth considering, right?
もしかしたら、それがきっかけになって、君の夢が始まるかも。
Maybe that's merely
Nante.
the place your dream starts. Where you find your spark. I was hoping that like in each route she gets a different career. They're like, hey, why don't you just be dead? Starting from something I love to find my dream. I'd loved sweets ever since I was a kid. They were always a part of my daily life, so I never thought much about it. That might be a good place to start. That could be the spark I need.
いいと思う。
When I get back, I'll have to think about it. Maybe that's the spark that will spark my big dream. I think that's a good idea. Sena smiled brightly as though he had solved a problem that was his own. I wonder. Looking back on all the things we've done today, I can't help but think that we were... There's too many W's, I'm sorry. I couldn't help but think they were all words of advice he was trying to give me. They were all to help me with the burden I've been carrying. I've got the feeling he was trying to encourage me to be able to face my future ahead. I was just focused on enjoying our date, but Sena was thinking about me the whole time. Realizing his thoughtfulness, my heart filled with affection for him. I want to be there for Sena too. Boop, boop. The sun was beginning to set. The two of us headed back to school. We were not at the school earlier. I realized I had yet to return the tools to Hibiki that he'd let me borrow. Would you mind coming with me?
全然いいよ。響くんに会うのも
It'd
楽し
be
みだしね。
nice to meet Hibiki again. He's a big fan of yours after
そう
all.
そう。あの時は腰を抜かしちゃったし、今日はかっこよく登場しないとね。
Yeah, last time I lost my nerve around him. I'll have to do my best to be extra cool around him today. Ah, yeah. The moment we stepped in front of the mirror, Hibiki quickly appeared without us having to call out to him.
響くん、こないだはありがとうね。
Hibiki, thank you for everything.
こちらこそサインいただけませんか？
Thank
こ
you.
の鏡一面にびっしりと。
Would you mind giving me an autograph right here on the mirror?
すごく光栄だけど、この鏡は学校のものだから、
I'd love
そ
to,
れはで
but
きないかな。
I don't think I can. This is a school mirror after all. Besides, I wasn't sure how a ghost would be able to hold a pen and sign. The conversation continued back and forth until I stepped forward to give Hibiki his tools back. This was extremely useful, thank you.
いいんです。お役に立てたなら何よりだから。
It's alright. I'm glad it was useful to you.
あの彫刻、まだ飾られてるんだ。
Oh, that's an interesting
Yeah.
sculpture.
ちょっと見てきてもいいかな。
Would you mind if I went and had a look? Ah, sure, I'll wait here. Sena began heading down the stairs. Hibiki watched him with an uneasy look on his face. I wonder what could be bothering him. Just as I thought that, Hibiki began to speak.
セナさんなんですけど。
About Sena. He seemed as though he was debating whether it was alright to talk to me about the subject. After making up his mind, he turned to me with renewed confidence before speaking.
セナさんの心残りってどんなものなんでしょうか？
J, hi, Blue, hi, Asia, hi, Jay. Sena's lingering regret. What do you think it could be? Why do you want to know that?
悪いものではないと思うんですけど、他の幽霊よりも気配が強いというか。
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but his presence is much stronger than other ghosts.
あなたたちがここへ来る少し前から気配を察知できたほどで。
I was able to sense him before the two of you even arrived. Come to think of it, it didn't seem like Hibiki had been waiting for us to arrive.
あんまり心残りが強いと悪霊化することもあります。
They
だから
say
少し気になっ
ghosts
て。
with the strongest lingering regrets are the ones that are most likely to become a wraith. I was curious.
今は大丈夫だと思います。悪い感じはしないから。
I think it's okay for
で
now.
も
I don't get a bad feeling from
心が
him.
病んだりすれば。
But if his heart were to be corrupted, Hibiki closed his mouth as he pondered thoughtfully. He seemed to be shrouded in some lingering doubts, but he was unsure how to express it. We're in chapter 6, so the first chapter for Sena. I quickly ended our conversation and decided to find Sena.
へえ、ここが君の教室か。
But it's time. It's time for me to go to work. So you know, what? What do I know? What do I know? Wait, what do I know? What do I know? About the MC. Oh yeah, the MC is not like dad, but like sleeping. She's just sleeping. Yeah, we learned that one. Gotta whisper it so nobody else knows. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. We've got only 3 of his CGs out of... It says 2 out of 7. Wait, there's only 7? There's only 7? Dude, I need more of this art. What do you mean? Okay. Let me see if there's anyone to raid before I head out. I won't be able to linger in the chat because I gotta literally run because I work in like 20 minutes. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Ooh, someone else is playing 9 R.I.P. We'll raid Lucy. Alright, cool. So thank you guys for being here. I'll be streaming again soon. I might be tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. We're not sure yet. We'll find out and I'll post it in Discord. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember, I stream about 3 times a week on Twitch if you want to check out here. And if you're here in Twitch and you want to remember the fun we're having, you can check it all out on YouTube where I upload all the VODs afterwards. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Asia. Thank you, Blue, for all showing up and chatting with me today. I hope you have a lovely day today.